Welcome back to Derailed. I'm your host, JJ Lahey.
Hello.
I was wondering if you were gonna continue the thing from last week where you get to say your own name now.
No, that was a special occasion for Too Old for This and for Dershel, who were joining us.
It's just like, it's wild how entitled you are. You know, you make me say your name for you. Like, come on, man.
It's true. Wouldn't have it any other way.
You're just too I don't know,
Not
like
have it any other way.
Too high maintenance to say your own name. Oh, Tyler Dershel just tweeted at me and said, "Can't get YouTube to work." Can't you get YouTube to work? And you can't hear me if you
might be a skill issue.
Oh, that is a reply to him.
Should definitely reply.
So, hey, big breaking news. I think I broke the news to you. Yeah. Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah.
Stepping down after 4 years. Okay. He came in.
Did we win?
I don't think we did, man. I think this went about as bad as it could go. So you really may recall 2021. This is the Mo Drayton season. Matt LaFleur brings in Mo Drayton from down the hall. He was like, I don't even remember what he was, like an equipment manager or something. And he was Menenga's assistant. Okay, he was Menenga's assistant special teams coach. And by the way, I saw some people tweeting about like how, we just lost Byron Storer to the Browns. Like, he could have been our special teams coordinator. Like, remember the last time we had a bad special teams and then just promoted the assistant special teams coordinator at the time to be the full-time dude? Like, that didn't go too well. Like, I don't know why we are like disappointed to have missed out on that opportunity. Like, all good wishes toward Byron Storer. Hope he succeeds in Cleveland. I would have been pretty annoyed if that was the solution. If you look at our underwhelming special teams units over the last 4 years and say, let's just promote the guy who was second in command over that. So yeah, Bisaccia came in and he certainly raised the floor. All right. People were no longer talking about the 2009 San Diego Chargers when they were, making comparisons of like where the Packers ranked as an all-time bad special teams unit. That was no longer happening. Instead, we were finishing 30th, 31st, 32nd in the league. Via Rick Gosselin's special teams rankings, the Packers were routinely in the bottom 5 or so special teams units under Rich Bisaccia. Adam Huddle says Packers special teams was improving. Technically, 2025 was an improvement over 2024 and 2023 and 2022. Yeah, that's true. There was more consistency across the board, from your gunners, or what are we supposed to call them now? Flyers. The Packers are calling them flyers now. They weren't gunners anymore. I think we got
to get that word out of sports. That's why.
Some of the yeah. Well,
we got to get it out of a lot of places, but
So can we no longer say that like we're running plays out of shotgun? Can we not say that?
No, we'll have to come up with a new name. Put in the chat below what the new name should be.
I don't endorse this stance. I don't endorse this stance. This is all Jake. I'm not of the opinion that we need to rename shotgun, but
let's see.
Tool for says maybe
the
Jason.
Robot.
Maybe Jason Verbal will be made special teams coordinator. Jason Verbal for the win. I'm still bothered that Tyler Dershel can't get YouTube to work. That's odd. Oh, he says the whole app is down.
Maybe for you.
Just saying web browser.
Who's going to moderate our
There's a youtube.com you can go to if you happen to log in.
Oh, no. Actually, yeah. It is down on mobile.
Just the mobile app.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just the mobile app.
your web browser.
Yeah.
All right. If you're on iPhone, you launch your
Just
little
turn that
Safari
thing
or
off
whatever.
and back on again, and we're cooking.
Yeah. Just go to youtube.com
No, that did not work.
/ where the money at. Yeah, so hey, crap timing there, Rich.
Hey, Rich,
So,
if you're gonna make
right.
a move, buddy, let's how about January? Okay.
I here's the thing. All right, the Packers graciously exited the playoffs early to give you a little bit more time. Also, there was like the whole season, right? Could have thought about your life during the season.
No, you're not
I
supposed
guess
to do
Rich
that.
is just one of those guys who
You're not
has to
supposed
go
do that.
to Aruba.
He
to
went to a
decide.
darkness retreat and decided.
He stole the words out of my mouth.
No. I had to make
Yeah,
sure.
so that's what's going on. All right. Rich had to go to his darkness retreat before he could decide if he wanted to be back with the Packers. And the Packers, as they so often do, just stood there with something in their hand and didn't do anything and just waited. Just said, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you want to come back, we can't not have you come back. I mean, legendary special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia, irreplaceable. Aaron Rodgers,
True.
one thing. Rich Bisaccia, on the other hand, irreplaceable.
Yeah, what can we do now?
Tool for this. Thanks for having me on last week. It was awesome meeting you guys and that one Bears fan who was also on.
One Bears fan.
I saw a couple days after that live stream, Mrs. Dershel, his mom, not his fiance, Nancy Dershel, subbed to us on YouTube. I will say,
did you have
Nancy
some
and I-
redacted energy?
yeah, we had a nice time.
Very nice.
Yeah, I
Very
ended up putting a liquid IV in her wine, and then I had redacted energy. Speaking of which, time for our weekly ASMR. So
Okay.
it was a nice time. We sat there and swapped our favorite Tyler Dershel stories, and then Dershel never showed up. So,
Wow.
other than that, it was a nice time. So, appreciate you, Nancy. A lot of people talking about how YouTube is down. Hey, there's Dershel. You made it. Did you sign in your web browser? That's
That's the way to do it.
Here we go. Drew says maybe we were trying to rework the contract and he refused, so we told him to re-sign. Is it re-sign or resign? Here's the thing. Packers are making statements saying that they are disappointed and upset and bothered that Rich is stepping down. And as far as we know, Rich was not under contract. So, there were rumors a year ago that he was mulling retirement last year. He also made statements in the last year clearly hinting his dissatisfaction with how things have been going. At one point, he said, I feel like I've let Matt LaFleur down with the way that the teams have performed at times. So you think? I also, I haven't seen people saying this, but I just want to get out in front of anybody who's like, oh, we can't lose our assistant head coach. Dude, we can stand to lose our assistant head coach. Whatever the heck Bisaccia was doing as assistant head coach was not working. All right. Whatever that was, which I don't think was probably a lot, wasn't working. When things are as sloppy as they are, and there's as many procedural errors happening all the time as they are, and you don't have a good process for stuff like determining challenges, getting timeouts in, like whatever the heck it is that you think your assistant head coach is supposed to be doing, you can upgrade. So just getting out ahead of that. If anybody is going to say something, make Flores, you mean the current Vikings defensive coordinator, our assistant head coach? Is there a different Flores that I'm just not thinking of? Maybe you're thinking of Mike Florio? I think. Adam Huddle says, Rich Bisaccia stealing Jake's fire to talk tonight about
Facts.
Jake setting Twitter off about IGB.
It's facts.
I thought the IGB tweet slapped. That was good.
I think that's going to happen, by the way. I'm putting the card in.
So let's we have a number of things I want to talk
bring
about.
up the
This
tweet?
IGB thing. I think the IGB thing is worth talking
Bring
about.
the tweet up.
I got the tweet. I got it.
Class.
Here the tweet be. Okay. Oh, here was a great tweet. Bill Barnwell proposed a trade.
Oh boy. I don't.
Raiders get
Nothing.
DJ Moore
What?
and a 2026 first round pick.
This is
Bears get Max Crosby and a 2027 fifth round pick.
This guy's an agent for Chicago.
Like I got to be honest, I'm really getting tired of the Chicago Bears fan fiction. Like it's just bad. Trade
content stinks, by the way. It just
Bears
does.
Always
trade
are
content is
under
bad.
the belief
I don't know
that,
why
like,
we even
people
bother.
want their cast off parts and pieces that nobody wants. It's bizarre. It reminds me of when Cowboys fans like 5-6 years ago were like consistently trying to suggest like trading Taco Charlton for some really good player. And it's like nobody wants Taco. Sure enough, like they release him and nobody's interested in picking him up. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. Dershel says, I got blocked by Bill Barnwell. That's interesting. I checked out Bill's podcast one time, like 5 years ago, and I thought it was kind of interesting, and then I never went back and checked it out. Finchy. Oh, it's my guy Dan. Haven't seen you in the chat on the pod before. So please, Finchy, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can be here every week.
Thumbs up.
We're happy here.
Hit thumbs up as well.
He says, not the first
If
time
you
the
like.
special teams have been holding on too long this year. That's a good one. It's a good one.
That's classic.
Jake, do you think, particularly with the fact that it's so late in the hiring cycle, do you think that it's probable? All right, we'll say probable. Do you think it's probable that we look back on this resignation of Bisaccia and the subsequent hiring of his replacement and say, like, man, we kind of downgraded? Do you think it's probable that we downgrade?
At this juncture, yes, because everything's pretty much done. Like the coaching free agent cycle is like over now.
Well, it's not just the end in the NFL. The college ranks are getting picked over as well.
Yeah.
Now the Packers, if they were willing to loosen the purse strings, could steal away somebody who already signed with a college team. So like just taking it down to like our little world here for a second.
Yeah.
So you're an Illinois fan, I'm an Ohio State fan, and I really wanted, I'm trying to remember the specific details of this. So the Wyoming head coach, the Montana head coach. Is that who you guys hired for your defensive coordinator?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so your new defensive coordinator was the head coach at Montana, and he's like not been a fantastic head coach at Montana, but like kind of bona fide special teams genius. Been incredible everywhere he's gone for a long time. And you guys picked him up as your defensive coordinator. And I really wanted Ohio State to sign him as their special teams coordinator. Instead, we hired your special teams coordinator. In theory, either of those two guys could go be signed by the Packers, right? I think your special teams coordinator that we stole, pretty good. I think the guy that you guys stole from Montana, who's now your defensive coordinator, pretty darn good. I think the Packers could easily go get one of those two guys and have a perfectly competent NFL special teams coordinator.
Man,
if they wanted to shell out.
Yeah, but I think I want Illinois to win like 8 or 9 games again instead of a Super Bowl, right?
I'm not saying you should be rooting for that. I'm just using that as an example of like
kidding.
You can't go poaching from other NFL teams right now.
I've got one
in the same way because
in the Big Ten too.
Say what I was talking over you. Couldn't hear you said.
No, you're good. Yeah, I think they can go those directions. LeVar Woods too, who is I believe assistant head coach at Michigan State now and was at Iowa for a long time.
He was at Iowa for a heck of a long time.
That could be a nice little move there as well. I think he's in the exact same role at Michigan State that Bisaccia.
Do you know what year he got hired by Iowa?
Well, I have his thing up here, so yes. 2008. At administrative assistant for a few years. Linebackers, tight ends, special teams coordinator since 2018. And then is now moving over to Michigan State. So, another decent little option there. Or could have some fun. And I you know what I was doing? I was looking through Packers special teams grades just to see who's got it. Who's good? Who's been good on special teams long ago?
Who are you bringing back? Who are you bringing back?
Quentin Rollins came up a few times as a good special teamer. Maybe maybe he would like to come coach. Micah Hyde was obviously very good at certain parts of special teams. Would be glad to have him back in the building. I know Dershowitz would love that too. But yeah, I go the player route if you like. Mason Crosby, we like that. I don't know. I don't know about that, but the
tool for this suggests that Pat
McAfee
should take a massive pay cut from his quadrillion-dollar a year contract with ESPN to just belch on air.
Yeah, I don't think I would
come coach some football. Real quick,
I'd be good where I'm at.
Finchy said, "Been subscribed a long time, lads. Just a matter of actually being awake." That's a problem for poor NFL fans across the pond. Is everything happens at an inconvenient hour? So, apologize to all y'all for having to put up with that.
Except Champions
this
League
is
in the Prem, and when the Olympics are over there, then you guys are in good shape. But for NFL football, it's absolutely brutal.
Drew says, "Let's go get Jaron." I keeps almost saying Jason. Let's go get Jaron Fairman from the Michigan Panthers out of the UFL. Look him up. All right, I'm looking him up. I'm doing my research. Jake, did you ever watch Nathan For You?
Oh, Nathan For You. I've heard of it.
So it's a show where he's a really awkward looking dude, and he gives like business advice to companies. So like for example, he goes to like an electronics store, and he tells them like, "Hey, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get business in the door by offering a free TV, but what we're not gonna tell them is that there's like it's impossible to get to the TV because first of all, we're going to have this like strict dress code. You have to be wearing a tuxedo to go into the TV room. And also there's a live alligator in that TV room, but that's how we're going to get people in. We're going to get foot traffic in the door."
Interesting. Okay.
So anyways, stuff like that.
Interesting.
So on the show, every single time he's like, "I need to do some research." It always shows him opening up Wikipedia every single time. So
fantastic.
At one point, he's like, I needed to look up tort law, or I need to do some serious research on tort law." He's scrolling Wikipedia. But for the purposes
not the worst resource.
Familiarizing ourselves with a UFL.
Teachers hate it on Wikipedia too much. I think they.
Hey, I'll give you a little tip for using Wikipedia.
Well, yeah, you just go down there
because they use ChatGPT.
Yeah, you can.
You just go to your article, go down the bottom to the references, just open up all the references, and write your article from the references. That's all you do. But people didn't want to actually write their article; they just wanted to copy and paste, and that was a little problem. I just didn't want to have to go find the sources myself.
That was tricky.
Yeah. But nowadays, I guess you just use ChatGPT.
Well,
but again, you just use ChatGPT
to write everything.
To write your own, yeah.
No, you ChatGPT writes it. Which, hey, not good.
All right, so Mr. Jerron Fairman, let's say what he played. What did he play? It said he went undrafted in the 2007 draft. I also did not get drafted in the 2007 draft. Should I just put this on my Wikipedia page? Like NFL draft.
Oh, you grabbed it right there. Playing career.
Over here. Yeah. Wide receiver and was a key special teams contributor at Fresno State. And he played defensive back in high school in California. So he got his start coaching at Nicholls State in 2008. Stayed there until 2011 when he went to Western State in Colorado. Spent a year there. Went to Crespi High School in California. I have to imagine this is nearby where he grew up because it's a high school and
I bet it's near Fresno. No,
well, it might be. But Fresno is not. Yeah, maybe. We could look it up. Tell you what. We're
then after that, USC.
Crespi.
So we're staying in California.
High School. Crespi Carmelite High School in Encino, California. And how far is it from Fresno State? California State University at Fresno. 4 hours. Not that close. So the high school itself is uptown Los Angeles.
California State University, Fresno. I kind of hate that.
I don't know. I don't live out in California. I know precious.
I kind of hate that. California. That's real?
Cal State is a way better name than Fresno State. Cal State, that's a cool name. They call themselves Fresno State.
Well, the problem is there's Cal State Fullerton. And there's a bunch of these.
How is that a problem? Oh, we're Cal State. We're not Cal State Fullerton. We're Cal State.
I don't think they're going to let anybody take it. That's why.
You think Cal State Fullerton?
No, I'm saying nobody. They're not going to give Cal State away because they've already started doing a bunch of these. If they didn't give it away initially, they're not going to give it away.
Who's they?
The state.
The state determines who is Cal State?
I'm assuming they are determining.
Their name is California State University.
Fresno.
California
so they have State to University.
Cal State Fresno?
That's what I'm assuming.
You know what? Fresno State is better than Cal State Fresno.
Yeah. I believe that's right.
All right.
Oh, yeah. This is also true, and I don't like it either. But, well, I mean, technically, Illinois is the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, so.
You know what I like saying?
This will be a fun this is a good. We need to come up with the most outrageous name.
As an Ohio State fan, I really like saying an Ohio State University instead of the Ohio State University.
I think you're the only one. I think you're literally the only one.
The only fan or the only person?
No, you're not the only person. I'm sure. I'm sure people who don't like Ohio State would also do that.
I think
you might be the only fan who does it because I've
always thought "the" is dumb.
It sounds kind of silly.
It is like what? Like, are we really that worried that Ohio University is going to horn in on this? No, it's fine. Yeah, we're in Ohio State University. So okay.
South Harvard Institute of Technology.
So our guy goes to USC as a grad assistant, and he's just like bouncing from like level to level to level. South Harvard Institute of Technology. Yes. That's in Simpsons.
If only it should be called this. It's too bad it isn't spelled like that, but yeah.
Yeah. If it were, you wouldn't be able to pass that up.
No way. No way.
Dershel says, "Go get the Bishop Sycamore coach. He can lead men."
Oh man,
that's good, Dershel.
Yes,
that is excellent. Packer Superfan says Matt can't even get rid of his special teams coordinator properly. This should have been done weeks ago if he was going to do it. Another side of incompetence. Listen, Packer Superfan, you're right.
Listen,
put yourself in a bad situation, Matt. With
I was
trying to replace your defensive coordinator
with
and
your
special teams coordinator. We all knew that Halfley was leaving. You knew Halfley was leaving because you told us he was leaving. You said, "I'm confident he's getting one of these head coaching jobs," and sat on your hands. And
don't worry, he'll be back. They always come back.
Halfley's coming back.
Yeah,
that's fine. But in the meantime, like we don't have Christian Parker.
Stephen
we don't
Ross,
have
Stephen Ross is,
what's the guy's name who went to the Commanders and he was at the Vikings? We really liked him.
Oh, Durante Jones.
Durante Jones, yeah. He just seems like a
Durante Jones is going to get Arvell Reese, according to Daniel Jeremiah, on his defense. His latest mark today. So
good on him. I will say,
be nice.
Arvell's super cool, and I think you gotta have a really good plan for how you're gonna use him. That's all I'm saying. He's really, really good. Just in terms of like getting the most out of it. Like
I think
not dissimilar to Micah Parsons. Like kudos to Dallas and Green Bay for actually getting out of Micah Parsons, especially Dallas, just in terms of like transitioning him to the NFL and creating, like kudos to them for actually getting what you could get out of him. Like that is huge.
Because he was still playing linebacker early on, and they were still kind of doing that thing. And I think that's what's going to have to happen with Reese. But I kind of think, man, watching some of the linebacker stuff with Reese, especially near the line of scrimmage, core of the formation to the sideline stuff, gosh, it's good, man. It's really good. So
it's interesting because there's kind of two camps, and I think we've all like learned enough to want to be one or the other, and like not try and live in this hybrid world. Okay, but there's two camps. People who think that Arvell really needs two camps. Camp A is like Arvell is a pass rusher in the NFL, all right? And Camp B is making an off-ball linebacker who occasionally blitzes. And I think I fall in that first camp. I really do.
Of edge?
I think he's a true edge. But there's
he's got work to do.
It is a really I just think that I think making him work in the NFL as an edge is just more of a surefire thing, right?
It's more valuable if it hits, yes, for sure. Right? Like that is much more valuable if it hits than saying, "Oh, we got this linebacker." But also, I mean, the linebackers with the two best instincts in the league coming into the draft right now are the Ohio State guys. They just play a little differently.
Well, let me say this.
So,
I like Sonny Styles better as a linebacker, and I like Arvell Reese better as just a disruptive defensive player.
Arvell should be doing what Edge Cooper's been doing, right, in the Halfley defense a lot more, right? Like he can be up near the line and wreaking havoc 100%. Like he should be doing some of that stuff, especially what Cooper was doing in 24. Whereas Styles can do the Jordan Brooks, Ernest Jones, Fred Warner's, that type of player, sift through it all, erase routes and coverage, right? Transition easily, close windows, all that good stuff. Yeah, 100%.
Since we're on the topic of Ohio State defenders, should we talk about IGP?
Man. Yeah,
should we talk about IGP?
Might as well.
Yeah. So here's the thing with IGP. You know what? I had it and I closed it. So if you want to pull it up, that's great.
I'll grab it. Yeah.
So Davis Enigma-Nosid, kind of just has always had like a soft spot in my heart as an Ohio State fan because he was really kind of our first foray into kind of like the modern transfer portal. So he came over from Ole Miss, and it was interesting because he had played at Ole Miss a considerable amount as a freshman, and then came to Ohio State, and I think performed an admirable job in not just his field on the play, but like this was a cornerback room that desperately needed rebuilding and a complete culture reset. We'd gone through a number of cornerback coaches in a very short time. And what had kind of formerly been this cornerback factory, like NFL cornerback factory for a hot minute there, like kind of died with Jeff Okudah. And like, even though Jordan Fuller wasn't a corner, he was a safety. Like Jordan Fuller and Jeff Okudah exiting, just it happened to just come at a time that was kind of like a death knell for the Ohio State defensive back room.
Yeah. And
so there was kind of this like scramble to replace some stuff there, and IGB came in, and you immediately were excited about the physical characteristics that he brought in. Just a really big, long guy that you immediately knew, like, if he can play at all, the NFL will be excited about this guy's size. Because it just, kind of hard to find those guys. And so, even though the defining narrative about him outside the program has just been all the penalties and that he gets so handsy all the time. Like, again, like reining that in and having that be the challenge in front of you is like such a nicer problem to have than like, can I coax elite traits out of a guy who maybe just doesn't show them consistently? Like with IGB, and like he did massively trim down the number of penalties in 2025, and that's admirable. And I think that, and he's young, and I think that the leadership, after everything else, the leadership is still probably the biggest thing with him, right? He's got a mouth, and you want that for a corner. But like, this is a dude who sets a tone for a defense that, like, frankly didn't need that, right? There's some mouthy dudes on that defense. You got Caleb Downs, Arvell and Sonny, and then Jermaine Matthews. I don't know if you've ever heard Jermaine Matthews talk. Like, that dude, I mean, like he chatters away with the best of, Richard Sherman and everybody else. Like, that dude has a mouth.
Yeah, and after the Texas game, I'm sure the ego continued to go up after that Texas.
Even though Jermaine had his struggles this past year and maybe didn't finish the season the way you really wanted it to, like, the confidence never wavered with that guy, and that was cool. And I really do credit IGB in a huge way for leading that room and helping to build up guys like Jermaine. So Adam Huddle says Ohio State defense has 4 top 15 picks. Yeah, probably. 3 for sure. We'll have to see where K-Mac goes. There's a lot of people talking about K-Mac maybe falling out of the first round. So I don't know. I could see K-Mac going anywhere from like pick 13, 14 all the way to 45. Like, there's kind of a range for him, I think.
I think
Drew says IGB is the type of corner the Packers look for. Young, tall, decent weight. Absolutely. Like, from a physical standpoint, he's perfect. He's fast too. But he's like kind of the perfect prospect body. And so then the question is, can you get the technique where it needs to go? And I still think, like, there's a reason he's not going in the first round, right?
Flashbacks.
There's a reason he's not going in the first round.
To all the enriched uranium picks.
Of all the problems to have, I think I would most prefer to have to deal with a guy who's not going to get cooked but just from an aggression standpoint, gets too grabby. Like, okay, fine. If you got to give me a project player because of where we're picking in the draft, that is one of the better problems to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, do I want him at this juncture? Not really. Not at 52. But
when was the last time Goody asked what you wanted? Because last time he asked what I wanted was
he would never. He would never. Except for Tug Kraft. He would never. So
2022 and 2023.
I think this is good, man.
He turned in draft classes that really fit my board nicely.
I think it's good. I think, listen, nobody has to get upset now. We know who it's going to be. And it's fine. We move on. We got to figure out what we're doing in the third round. That's what man.
Adam Huddle says IGB at least sounds like a good scheme fit. You know what the scheme is? I have no idea what the scheme is. I wish I knew.
I'm worried. Well, I think let's put it this way. I think this may be a better way to phrase it, I guess. I think he has enough experience with different things to come in and be able to pick things up whatever direction Gannon goes, is what I would say.
I'm biting my tongue.
That's what I think. That's what I would say about it. I think schematically, just thinking about what Gannon could do with this defense, I don't think there's some iteration where I'm going, I'm very concerned that he won't know what he's stepping into. That's what I'll say. So
I got to do it.
The good news is the nickname is a plus. That's the good news. IGP as a nickname, that's in the plus column. We'll put that in the plus.
Well,
column.
that they've shortened it.
Those. So
it used to be Notorious IGB, and they've just have shortened it.
Yeah, it's probably better. Yeah, I think I don't think we could come into the league like that. Picked 52, but
you know what? Maybe we'll let the media eventually rename him Notorious IGB and then pat themselves in the back for their originality.
Yeah, if he goes on a Tremont type run, then we'll chat for sure about the name change.
I can't hold my rant back anymore.
Okay,
I'll do the little one. I won't do the big one. Unless you want to hear the big one, but the little one is, I'm kind of extremely pissed about the handling of this defensive coordinator hire after hearing Gutekunst talk, because I was irritated that they were taking their time beginning to look for a new defensive coordinator, just sitting on their hands because they had to, straighten out their own contracts and all that kind of stuff. Then they have an opportunity to swing big and bold with Christian Parker or Durante Jones, or even a couple other guys who were out there who, heck, Jim Leonard, not the guy I wanted, but definitely much more fit the let's try and hit a home run approach. And instead, when they went with Gannon, I think a lot of us immediately said, actually, it makes sense here that they want to not rock the boat and just keep this ship pointing in the same direction. And then Gutekunst comes out and he's like, well, yeah, we haven't decided what type of defense we're running this year. If it's 4-3-3-4, whatever.
I don't enjoy it.
And you can say, hey,
I don't enjoy
it. You can say it's just GM speak and that it doesn't mean anything. In which case, why do the freaking press conference at all if you're not going to answer?
100%. Don't talk. don't Twitter. Don't talk. All that good stuff.
And like I didn't hate the Jonathan Gannon hire, like for who Gannon was. I didn't like the strategy. And then the strategy made some sense to me when I thought, like, hey, you know what has really sucked for the Packers these last 5 years is the constant schematic changes that mean that this roster is consistently out of sync. So Gutekunst is drafting project players. JJ. Listen, he's drafting project players.
I have no strategy. Okay? I have no strategy.
Gutekunst is drafting project players.
Oh, man.
Who take a couple years to develop. By the time they have developed, Matt LaFleur has changed his scheme again. Oh, look, all the offensive linemen you went and got me no longer fit the scheme. Oh, look, our defensive players who are finally ready to start playing were drafted when we were running this, and now we're running this. And now we're going to switch back again. So I thought that it made a large amount of sense to say, hey, we're going to go with Gannon because we're not really looking to reinvent the wheel here. We want a guy who will come in, keep our current defensive staff in place, and keep the scheme in place. And it's all blown up. First of all, the only guy who we've retained is DeMarcus Covington. Like, hey, congrats to everybody who went and got better jobs. But some of them didn't. Some of them just left. We're not able to retain any semblance of the staff. Okay, in 2024, we bring in a whole new coaching staff with one exception, basically, and that is that Ryan Downer kind of gets like a demotion under Derek Ainsley to be like, he's doing less in the DB room than he was before. And Jason Rebrovich is kind of new enough to the whole thing that we're like, let's give him another year. We gave him the new year and the new system and said, it ain't working. See ya. Replace him with DeMarcus Covington. Okay, this year, kind of the same thing. Whole new staff. We're keeping DeMarcus Covington. And again, we're saying, not really sure we've seen enough from him, but let's give him another year. So that's kind of fun that we're doing that again. No consistency anywhere for us on defense. All right.
Honestly,
talked about cycling out a lot of players.
Defense
not
is
bringing back
volatile anyway, man.
Not bringing back Enagbare, not bringing back Rashan. We don't really have defensive tackles. Consistency is we keep the same safeties, and that's it.
So here's the deal. Okay, there's an easy way out of this. There's an easy way out. Okay, Akeem Mesidor 52, Grayson Halton at 84. No one will be able to block anybody up front, and it doesn't matter what happens. Okay, on the back end of the defense, because the quarterback's going to be in trouble all the time because we're just getting after the QB. That's the move. That's the move here. Just draft the dudes who are getting after the QB. I don't care about corner anymore. I really don't. Bring Quayer back or not, don't care. Go get Leo Chanel for budget, whatever. Fine. And then bang, 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 bang. Explosive passing offense. That's it. Don't care. Just roll. Just do that. Just get after the QB and the deep ball, baby. And that's all. And the checkdowns to Kraft, who is just an absolute bulldozer. That's it. No worries. We don't have to worry about anything else. We don't have to worry about anything else.
I've been here for a while, a few months now, of feeling very disillusioned with the leadership of the team, GM and head coach, and feeling like the roster is no longer a player or two away, and feeling like, hey, I need to adjust my expectations downward to it's kind of a mediocre team that can beat some good teams occasionally, and they're probably going to go just a little north of 500 every year. maybe get a wild card spot here now and then. Like I need to just accept that. And you guys are not really talking me off that ledge. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that.
Adam Huddle said the QB will save us is the Green Bay way. Iowa Joe says, now you know what it feels like being a Hawkeyes fan. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, Green Bay can play offense. So that's
sometimes
not true. That's not true.
Could I do it in 24 25? Yeah, I have some gripes about Brian Gutekunst. I have some gripes. I think I can distill them down into like 4 things. And I think a lot of it sort of falls under the banner of like getting away from the process. So I think that the number one thing that has kind of been hurting the team because of Goot's decision making is he's failed to recognize the need to move on from some players early enough. And like looking at his stated goal of bringing back Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs this year, like it does line up with that. But like I would really again still point back to Zadarius Smith. Like after the 2020 season, I was very adamant that like that was the time to move on from Zadarius. And you know, they restructured him instead, which really was the first major step toward the salary cap nightmare that we entered into for a couple of years there. And did finally eventually dig ourselves out of. Granted, we're another one now, but Kenny Clark, another example of like just hanging on to him year after year, and then giving him like again making the contract situation worse.
He's coming back though.
It probably is.
He's coming back.
Probably is. Like honestly, the Packers have really been accepting complacency and like, hey, we brought back Luke Getsy again, so why not bring back Kenny Clark? Like Billy Turner, I think another guy they should have moved on from at least a year earlier than they did. And then you look at the Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs thing. Like there are examples of guys where I'm just watching them play, and I see how I hear how good he talks about them, and I see the way that he treats them contractually, and it just feels like you're watching different players. Second thing that I think has been problematic is they're kind of the up and down of his draft classes. Like 22 was absolutely a banger. And it came on the heels of like 21 basically not contributing at all. Like the guy who contributed the most out of that 2021 class ended up being Josh Myers, who the fans wanted to run out of town the entire time he was here.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I'll say like, so we have this lack of identity that I think is really exacerbated by the constantly changing the schemes, offensively and defensively, like out of sync of working on these project players that he drafts. And there is certainly a path to the Packers being a lot better than I expect them to be. And that path is Gutekunst is right. And some of these guys who have just been sitting and not playing, not contributing, actually are good enough and start really making a difference now. And there's a blueprint for it. Because last year, when we did our player tier list, we put Colby Wooden in McDonald's employee category. And he ended up being a starter for us this year, or in 2025. And being a heck of a lot better than we ever thought he was capable of being. Wasn't great, but was absolutely tiers better than we thought he was capable of being. And I think that Jordan Morgan, when we saw him flashing there at right tackle, was kind of giving us a glimpse of like, hey, maybe this actually can pan out here. Because if Jordan Morgan can lock down left tackle for us in 2026, which I think everybody assumes now, but like rewind back to October, find me somebody who's going to agree with you at that point, right? I mean, you and I were trying to figure out like what could we even get for him in a trade with anybody who happens to be a better scheme fit for him than us. But now I think the common consensus opinion among Packer fans is Jordan Morgan is ready to come in and lock it down for us at one of the 2 tackle spots this year. Dershel says one good draft will change the mindset. Yeah, I mean, I think that the 2022 draft changed a lot of people's mindsets about him coming off of the 2020 and 2021 draft classes, which were not good. Like you know, sure, 2020 he hit on Jordan Love, and I absolutely have no problem defending that pick. And like nobody was asking for T. Higgins. Like you can go check out NFL Mock Draft Database. I've said this 100 times. NFL Mock Draft Database. You can go see who were the most frequently mock drafted players to the Packers at that pick. It wasn't T. Higgins. T. Higgins was a way later consensus pick. It was what's the guy's name? Different wide receiver who ended up being horrible. There were 2 wide receivers. Both of them ended up being horrible. One guy went to the Vikings. So Rager was one of them. Jalen Rager was one of them, and the other guy was the D. Devin something. I need to pull this up.
I don't know what's happening, but
look, here's what you do: go back into the past. Where is this mock draft? Oh, I put this on screen.
Go to DJs.
Where's the consensus? Huh?
Oh. 2020.
Where's the
drafts.
Consensus mock draft? Is what we want, but we want it for 2020.
Go to 20. Yeah.
We do by teams?
You can do it by team if you'd rather do it that way.
I just want to see who the consensus pick was in 2020 in the first round.
Tell you. Denzel Mims.
So,
there's another one.
Mims, that's the guy. Mims, yeah. Denzel Mims, thank you. Denzel Mims and Jalen Rager were the 2 guys that everybody was mock drafting the Packers consistently. T. Higgins wasn't number 3. He was like way lower on the list. Patrick Queen, I think, was the other guy.
Patrick Queen was definitely a popular one. Yes,
cranking your volume up because somebody texted me that you're.
Yes, Denzel Mims, the Senior Bowl combine darling, the draft riser. Yikes. Nah, man.
So look, I mean, what Denzel Mims or T. Higgins?
If only they had drafted
or Jalen Rager. Where's the thing where you can see?
Only they had. Where you can see what
1 week out.
Jeez Louise.
Look at that. Mims was like by far the most frequently drafted player to the Packers.
Yeah, it's true.
So there you go. Anyways, Tulpa says the way Goody phrases things sometimes makes it really hard to know what he actually intends. And I have gone to bat a few times now for the idea that, because a lot of people always assume Gutekunst is telling a lie when he's at the podium. and they try and like look for the deeper meaning. And I just don't think that that's really ever borne out. I mean, it's, and I know people will point to like the Jair thing and say like, yeah, he said they were keeping Jair and then cut him, like, and like Aaron Jones. But again, with both those guys, like they tried to get a deal done with them to like change the contract. Like, they did want to keep those guys. Like outside of those too, like it's like every time people have thought he's telling a lie, like he's just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
He tells you what he actually thinks most of the time. So
it is very interesting to go back to all these because Van Ness, to be fair, with 1 week was the fourth most. But it is interesting that, like, you know, very often they're never on there. Like you won't be finding Jordan Morgan on this. Like you simply will not. And how many receivers were on there? Like every time. Go back to 2022. It's a fun one. 2022 is a fun one.
Traylon Burks, Chris Olave. Now Olave never made it close to them.
No.
Karlaftis. Like if Olave had been on the board when they were on the clock, sure, probably would have.
Yeah, I guess Devonta White's there at Dotson, 28.
JMO.
Devontae is there, actually.
Look at that. 4 straight.
Well, that makes 2022 makes sense because they didn't have anyone. They moved on from Adams and Lazard. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they exited the first round still not having anybody.
Well, of course. Well, because the top tier was gone, and also Burks and Dotson were gone. So
George Pickens. I was in love with George Pickens as prospect. I wanted my dream. What I was begging.
Well, then you should be all in on Tate then this year, for sure.
What I was on Tate, who has zero chance of making it to the Packers. Like he's just not.
I'm not saying as for the Packers. I'm saying in general.
I'm not a in general fan. I'm a Packer fan.
Okay.
The dream for me in the 2022 draft was I wanted Devontae White with our first pick and George Pickens with our second pick. That's what I was begging for.
Not a bad idea.
Iowa Joe says, but if you believe the rumors, they tried to trade back into the first round to take Watson. Yeah, as far as we know, that's 100% true.
They moved up to 34 on day 2. It's like very, very obvious that they were probably calling literally everyone at that point.
So the Vikings said no to trading them their first round pick because of the 5th-year option, and traded them their early 2nd-round pick instead.
Would have been nice.
So, Adam Huddle said, we forgot to ask the real question. Will Rich be taking Keisean Nixon with him into retirement or what?
Maybe. Should he? Yeah. Well.
I'm just curious. So in 2021, people wanted Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney, Rashad Bateman, and Zaven Collins. That's wild,
man.
That's wild.
Toney, man. Oh yeah. JC
I called it
being on there.
Stokes like a couple hours before the draft. Let's see. In 2025, so Golden's there at the 3rd overall. Shamar.
Yeah, Stewart just never made it there, folks.
Bummer.
Thank you, Bengals.
The Brian
you,
Gutekunst probably fell to his knees and wept.
Goody was ticked. Goody is pissed he's not in the first round this year to take Keldrick Falk.
This one makes me
believe that. Believe that. Okay? Goody is ticked he can't pick Keldrick Falk in the first round this year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Adam Huddle said still Jamar. Yeah, Gutekunst probably does too. We'll probably trade for him at some point when he busts out in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I just don't. He just like literally never knew what was going on in like most plays. I don't think I've seeded edge rusher whiff so much at making decisions at the mesh point. Like that was hilarious to watch. Truly.
Can we talk podcast planning for a minute? I know it's great.
What do you mean? We plan this?
Show.
This is derailed. We don't plan.
You know, we don't plan it off the air. We plan it on the air.
I see.
So I want to talk about some logistics. So we're tentatively. I'm throwing this out here because I'd like the chat to weigh in a little bit. We're tentatively moving Derailed to Monday nights for a while.
Yep.
To fit my schedule better.
We're gonna call it Monday Night Football. Suck it, ESPN.
Professor Cakes says I don't plan to watch Derailed.
That's sick. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
Statistically, that is correct. YouTube shows us like where the majority of our viewers come from, and it always says like the majority of people just like stumble on your episode, or
it
like
does say
homepage. The homepage.
We're here for the vibes. Okay. We're here for the vibes.
Tool of this says Monday railed. Drew asked, "You mean we're getting derailed off of Tuesday?" Yours also says permanently with question mark. So
no, I can't do it during the season, man. No, we can't do that.
No, we're not going to. We will never try and compete with Monday Night Football. That's never going to be a thing. However, I've floated an idea to Jake a couple times, and I'm going to float it.
And I simply said nothing.
Of maybe going more than once a week, but doing shorter. And so here's what it would look like.
Doing that's so funny. Going shorter, it's not going to happen. Everybody knows it's not going to happen. We're going to pretend that we're going to try to make that happen. It's not going to. We are.
Listen, it keeps getting longer and longer. All right, like listen, our first 60-ish episodes that we did all stuck to an hour.
Because
got so grumpy if we went over an hour. Okay,
this is true.
You and I start going, and we immediately jump up to 2 hours every single time. Then over time, it becomes 2.5 hours, and we start remarking on it. We're like, "Ooh, we're at the 2.5 hour mark right now," and now it's become the norm to go well over 3 hours.
I know.
Here's the thing. Here's where that doesn't help us at all. It doesn't help the channel grow to have these super long. Because first of all, I think it's kind of intimidating for people like newcomers to hop up on and be like, I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours and listen to a 3-hour podcast. Like, it's kind of a niche group of listeners who want that experience. And like everybody will tell you, like, consistency is really key in terms of how often you do a podcast. If you go from once a week to every day, whatever, blah blah blah, that's easier to foster an audience. So if we did, just hypothetically, let's say that we were going Monday night and Thursday night in the off season, and that the Monday episode was like us talking ball, and the Thursday episode was like all mock drafts, and then we just went for an hour each time. It's kind of more content for you guys. It's a little bit of a bigger lift for us to free up multiple evenings in a week to do this for an hour. So like that's the main reason it hasn't happened yet, is that that's harder to schedule. But what would you guys think about that? Like, first of all, who would not be able to make it to Monday? I like, because we're not going to be able to find
the good news
for everybody.
The good news is the goal of that is, if you miss Monday, you obviously can go back and listen. But if we do another day, that means, you're all here Tuesday. Maybe, you can make a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
And the goal then is probably for me is Weekly Cheddar will play off of this as a different night. So then in theory, you've got 3 things during the week here, if you flip between those two enough, right? So,
Drew says during the season it could be a pregame if that works for you. So I think the biggest roadblock for us is that I'm a very, very busy guy, partly due to having multiple toddlers.
Yeah, and that's probably the trickiest thing of all. That gotta be.
So like I can't go live until after the kids are in bed. It's just not possible. And then also there's just some weekly stuff for me to work around. So we are gonna have to. Professor Cake says I get turned off by short form content. The longest content I can't get.
I
feel you.
The channel I introduced to JJ when he visited, their stuff is long, and I like it. Hey,
you can say the name.
A jet lag, the game. It's long, and so like I watch some people still play Among Us. I'm still living in 2020 a little bit. Those are long. They're like an hour, and so like I'm good with it for sure. But I don't. It's great that we have found the niche of people who like the long form because so many people just watch reels and shorts now. You know,
you're still in 2020 watching people play Among Us.
Yeah,
my go-to video game that I play 90+% of the time when I'm playing a game.
Well, I don't play. I watch it, but go ahead.
Well, I watch it too.
Okay. Okay, fair.
But like Call of Duty Zombies is like where it's at. You know, I play custom maps and everything. Like Black Ops 3 came out in 2015. This is where it's at, man. If you didn't know I like zombies, like
fair.
Staring at you right in the face.
It's fair. You know,
and this is what we were supposed to be talking about, by the way, is the enriched uranium players.
We had
and I was trying to build toward it, but real quick, going back to podcast planning.
Yeah.
I think we're almost certainly going to have to move off Tuesday nights for a little while here. For March and April, I'm going to be doing some teaching twice a week.
Which actually works because there's a couple Tuesdays in March
that don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this actually works out nicely.
Okay.
So we're live planning. People are like, what are these guys doing? Why am I listening to them plan the days of their do they speak outside of this?
I think this is a good use of time though, because
it's fine. I'm just
there is a third co-host to our show, and that is the regulars in our chat.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Like, it's not even just regulars. It's like you guys are like groupies. Like you are here, rain or shine.
Yeah,
like you guys are here. So
true OGs.
If there was a night that we were trying to move it to that like a lot of our groupies really couldn't make it to, like that would absolutely impact our decision making on this. And so no, during the regular season, we're not going to be going on Mondays and Thursdays because we're not going to compete with the NFL. Screw that.
No. In October or November, will we compete with Maction? Yes, of course. Because we wouldn't survive a quarter in Ypsilanti. So, that's fine. But
or in Sacramento.
Yeah, true. Or Ball State.
Have you seen the details of the Sacramento State?
No, I'm just too busy thinking about Ball State played in Sacramento State. That's it. That's all I can think about right.
Balls.
That's all I can think about right now.
I'm so excited for the Ball Sack game. So good.
Ball Sack Sports is going to be all over that game, guaranteed. They probably make that their profile picture on Twitter. I guarantee it.
Youngstown State has to be that, like, they're going all the way out to Sacramento. But
everybody probably is
crazy.
Everybody probably is ticked that they're doing that. We just couldn't. We couldn't keep it regional, guys. We can't. We can't keep it regional.
When even the MAC can't stay regional,
that's outrageous.
New era.
At least the Mountain West is like, let's add North Dakota State because that makes sense. The Mountain West is our only hope. They have added North Dakota. They're adding North Dakota State. Great, cool. That's
I think
good.
The MAC should have gone after Missouri.
Purdue.
That's what I think.
Purdue
is absolutely. I don't know if they'd want Purdue.
That's true.
Would they want Purdue?
There's certain standards, Purdue. I don't know. Purdue wouldn't last a quarter in Ypsilanti. That's for sure. They're guaranteed they would not. They're losing that game.
All right. So
my goodness.
So if I can get Jake's buy-in on this.
All right.
We might be moving to Sunday afternoon. The fall work well. Of course they do. Ed Sheeran. If I can get Jake's buy-in on this, I would like to. I'd like to see like a hard 1 hour stop where we do Monday nights for an hour and Thursday nights for an hour.
Harvard to the ACC as well.
And so Monday nights would be a little more structured than they have been, where we're really trying to focus more on ball and like taking questions and stuff.
Well, that should be mock draft Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, mock draft Mondays.
So yeah, I've been doing that, and then we have the more structured other Packers stuff would be the other day for the most part, and we just frenzy. At least during this portion, right? Is draft season might as well be.
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Anyway.
Once the 2026 draft is over, even though you are still going to be having fun mock drafting for 2027, the market is going to dry up. The fans.
Well, we'd have to. We that's why we would change it up a little bit.
Also, the elaborate thumbnails might go away if we're doing this twice a week. It's not an insignificant lift from me. It's a couple hours every week for me to make these thumbnails. I know that.
Luckily, I can make some pretty generic stuff that can work.
Luckily, I can make some generic stuff. Which GM does that statement fit really well? Who can we pick on? Oh man, like Cincy, or
I don't even think they're bare minimum.
Who's just like super boring in their drafts, like really predictably boring. Not the Browns, because they're crazy. They're psychotic crazy.
It worked, though.
I'm thinking like Iowa Joe says just ChatGPT. You know how pissed people get when I do a ChatGPT thumbnail? People get pissed. Now, ChatGPT has a hefty amount of influence in these. I mean, yeah, I'm not sitting down here with a paper and pencil. But I do spend several hours in Photoshop working. So Times New Roman title. What I would probably actually do is come up with like a reusable template where we'd have a photo that goes in there every week. It's a photo of whatever we're talking about, and actually have a title of the episode on there, like a topic.
I mean, so the train is always a good one to use.
So, listen, it's not quite mock draft time yet because it's, we're only at an hour and 13, and we're not to the third half of the show yet. So
that's true. Sometimes we get to the fifth half and we haven't started one, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's usually when we're talking about is Micah Parsons going to the Packers though. So we don't have to do that
again. I texted you earlier today about drafting the players, like between us, you and me, I'll take this guy. Drafting the players who most need to step up this year if the Packers are going to actually be competitive. Like right now, just
so you put your guys in the chat, guys. Put your guys in the chat like this.
I will own my pessimism. Right now, I am not expecting the Packers to be Super Bowl contenders in 2026. Having said that, if some guys who I am kind of counting out end up being contributors, that changes a lot. And that is absolutely what Gutekunst is counting on. He's counting on it. So the question is whether our GM is right or wrong. And I hope that he's right. Wolf says I'll whip up some thumbnail drawings. I appreciate it.
We don't do coin flips here.
What I pay myself for it.
We don't do coin flips here, obviously, for first pick. We're not coin flipping. Okay? All right?
We always do that. What are you talking about?
So, okay. Is it Wicks? But which redacted do I have right now, JJ? Do I have Alani or do I have Sambazan? What do I have in my hand?
You have Alani.
Okay. Would you like the first pick? Choice is yours.
I would like the first pick.
And I think Dershel is going to be is on point with this one. I have to imagine.
I don't think I'm taking LVN.
Wow.
I don't think I am.
He's leaking his board to me. This is great news.
Yeah, no, I think you can take LVN with your first pick.
Oh, I know you're going to pick.
Wants to take Alani.
I know.
What's that?
I know who you're going to pick, I think. But I'm excited to see. I think I know. think I know.
I'm really torn, actually. I got a couple of guys who
It's gotta be. It's gotta be who I think it is. It's gotta be. I don't think guaranteed to break out counts, Drew. I don't think guaranteed to break out counts.
I think I'm
I'm outrageously high on Matthew Golden in year 2. I will let everybody know. Outrageously.
I'm going to take Jordan Morgan with my first pick.
I knew it. Yes. Let's go. Called that.
And I'll tell you,
I think
Elgton was not my
sense.
number 2. Elgton was not my number 2. I had a couple other guys I was kind of trying to decide between for my first pick. Here's the thing. We're all assuming Jordan Morgan is going to pan out. And we actually don't know that he will.
He has to. He probably has to.
He has to. We are screwed if he doesn't. Really screwed.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, it like...
I agree.
Like mid-season trade levels of screwed.
Well,
like trading for somebody to come in and save us.
Somebody who didn't enjoy the first half of their 4-year eighth of the 4-year deal that Walker signs. You know, that's gonna be it, huh?
Drew asks Morgan at left tackle, left guard,
or right.
They have
to draft a left tackle, man.
Morgan has to be a left tackle.
They have to draft one too. Like we can't.
Oh wait, I just realized Drew said right guard. Dude, get out of here, right guard.
Morgan's got to play left tackle. He's got to play left tackle.
Morgan. Okay.
There's only one other guy who could play left tackle on the roster.
I love you. You've been listening to Luke Butkus too much. Don't listen to that man. That man is a dummy. All right. Jordan Morgan is a tackle. He's not a guard. He's a left tackle. The fact that he played admirably at right tackle,
it's good news.
Like that should be really exciting because I don't think people should have expected him to play well at right tackle. He's a left tackle. I would rather play him at tight end than at right guard. Yeah.
Oh man.
Holy frijoles. Yeah. So I think we are more screwed if Jordan Morgan doesn't pan out than if LVN doesn't pan out. Are you taking LVN with your pick here?
Am I allowed to pick whoever is playing center?
No, you got to pick a guy. You have because the whole point of this exercise is let's assume that Goody is right.
What if it's a rookie? Rookie center Connor Liu or Jake Slaughter or Matt Golban.
Yeah, I think as long as you are picking a guy who is like guaranteed to be within range for us to draft, like I think like Jake Slaughter is probably too risky of a selection because
I don't think
run the clock. Could
maybe I don't know. I think the only one who would is Liu, but I'll go LVN just because I think like when you look at how this defense could be structured, if it changes, LVN's going to be in a new system again. Goodness sakes. Like I think that I think he needs to be simply because I don't think there may be the few, the proud who still believe in Rashan Gary. I'm not there. I don't think JJ's there.
They're out there. They
are. They're the few, the proud. That's what I mean. And so
I like Rashan a lot more than most, and I want him gone.
And it's hard to it's tough to look at. So when they're in, if they're going to stick in the 4-3, like your 4-3 DN that needs to defend the run is Van Ness. Is there anybody behind him right now? Not really, right? Like Kingsley's probably gone, and so they're probably going to have to find depth there in some capacity. But like LVN. One becoming really a 3-down player is going to be important because as we've talked about, like hopefully, things don't get too complex with what Gannon's bringing in that it kind of, you lose some level of like your own identity as a player. There's too much thinking, not enough action type of thing going on where the level of aggression goes down, which I think, you watch the start of the year, you watch them, we talked about it, first month of the season, yards after the catch per play. Green Bay was suffocating people after the catch. And I think it was the comfort, the aggression that you can play with because you know the principles of how this is structured. And if that sticks around, I feel very comfortable in the fact that Lukas Van Ness will be comfortable enough to play aggressive when and pick his spots when need be. The pressure rate looks good. It was looking really, really good this year. And so I am optimistic that I think he can make that the first half of this season could be part of his kind of quote unquote leap where, okay, now we feel really good about the two guys who are starting at, defensive end, edge, whatever you want to call it. But like, obviously depending on what they're running. But if those two stand up, then you feel more comfortable out of rotation. You're adding more guys, hopefully to defensive line. But like those two are and Wyatt hopefully are anchoring your unit up front. And that's going to be very important. Because Green Bay cannot, no matter what they're going to do defensively, they cannot get into a position where it looks too light at the point of attack. And because Van Ness has that 4-3 end look to him, that's going to be important. It's going to be important to commit as many bodies to the coverage as possible. So
I think with my
snake drafting, or is this straight up back and forth?
No, snakes are never good. It's never good for podcasting. It's not good podcasting.
We did this for mock drafts for a long time, like that.
Yeah, and it was bad. It's better.
No, those were cool. What do you mean? Those were cool.
So my pick here for the third one is actually going to be Tyron Hopper.
Okay.
Since we think
oh my gosh, they could actually believe in him. That's right.
Yeah, they believe in a lot of dudes. I
didn't think about
I've always been a massive hater of the Hopper pick. I thought he was way overdrafted. Like, take him in the 6th and let him be a special teamer, whatever.
Yeah.
So, look, if you're gonna spend the number 91 pick on this guy, and then let Quay Walker walk, you got to get something out of this guy. I don't think they will, but there's a lot of people who do, and so I hope they're right. It would be nice to have fewer holes on this roster that you got to patch. There's a lot of holes right now. We're, in my opinion, we're a long way away from a player or two away from kind of having this thing figured out.
Okay.
Dershel says, Rodriguez?
Where do I want to go with this?
Love Rodriguez. I think
Belton. I think Belton has to be on this list because you draft him in the 2nd round. He's got to find a spot. You aren't going to be able to overhaul everything in a single off season. That's why Jordan Morgan is crucial, right? Like they can draft a center and a guard, right? Like they can do that, right? But also think about what you're sacrificing, what the opportunity cost is of going to get centers and guards early, right? Then you're like, okay, well, why didn't we address corner early? Why didn't we just D-tackle early? Blah, 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 right? So part of, Josh Jacobs had 3 runs of 20-plus last year. 3. Most people, well, not maybe most, some people at least are going to be like, well, Josh Jacobs must be declining. No. The run blocking unit was atrocious compared to 2024. Atrocious. Okay? And part of that obviously stemmed from guys, moving to positions that they weren't as comfortable in. And then guys getting hurt, guys having to take over at certain spots. And, that's it kind of went downhill. And then obviously signing a guy who did not deliver at all pretty much for the most part, for most of the entire season. So Belton working out either at guard or maybe at right tackle. We'll see. It shouldn't be that shouldn't have to be the case, but maybe it could end up being the case depending on what happens with center. So him finding a home and being good at it is important for this team. Period. And it's tricky. It's tricky when, like, I think when we talk about age for prospects, right? If you're in a contending window, drafting 24-year-olds isn't necessarily a problem. The problem is drafting 24-year-olds who don't have it figured out yet. If they don't have it figured out by then, it's a little more unlikely that they're gonna have it figured out, going forward from there. Like, very often they can get better, but obviously the part of that is finding the right spot to play. Right? Finding a scheme that fits for you. All of that having to come together. So Belton has to figure it out pretty quick, or this is going to be kind of a sunk cost type of thing going on here with him. So I think he has to figure it out. You are a second round pick. I get that, development takes time, but you weren't a 21-year-old rookie, bud. Sorry. Like that's where we're at. JJ McCarthy's going to get more grace because he's younger, right? If he was a 24-year-old rookie, they'd be out by now, right? This would be year 2. He'd be done 25, like all that stuff. And even the Vikings aren't committal to him right now. And he's not yet 23, I don't believe. Maybe he just is. But like there's going to be grace given to guys who are 21 entering the league for sure. Because we're not fully done yet. The development arc is not done. And there's nothing less linear than maybe this sport. Coaching, playing, all of that, right? But at some point, you need to, even within the volatility, we need to start seeing the type of ascension and development, at least in the right direction. And so Belton that has to happen, right? Golden's younger. Golden has the opportunity to keep going. Like he can still. I think a lot of people rightly pointed out that he was an ascending player entering the league anyway, and. Yep. He didn't have everything quite figured out just yet, but a lot of high-end stuff was there. And then you started seeing it. The Chicago game comes around. You go, oh my gosh, here we go type of thing. Right. So he's 25 now. Is that right?
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, listen. Okay. Oh no, he is 25 in 6 days. He's 25 in 6 days. Okay. Think about how good Micah Parsons is. He's 26, people. He's 26. Okay. I know he'll be 27 in May. But listen.
So you're telling me next year Dalton is going to be Micah Parsons. I'm in. Hey, we got a donation from
talk
Drew.
about that. Talk about it.
He sent us $10 and said, mock draft where you trade our 2028 first rounder and 2026 second rounder to either move up or trade for a player. I think that's a fun challenge. We should do that.
Oh.
So he doesn't want to give up our 27 first rounders already gone. Yeah, so 28. So yeah, that'll be fun. Thank you, Drew.
I think I've made that trade already. I know who it's going to be. But we'll get there.
We'll finish up our little draft here, and then we'll do it.
We'll get there.
Fun.
We'll get there.
It'll be fun. Okay. So I was not going to take Belton here. I was actually going to take Aaron Banks here.
Okay.
And it's Aaron Banks was such a ginormous resource waster. Our salary cap is crap because we are paying out the nose for a dude who's not any better than our bench guys. So at a minimum, can we get a really solid starting guard out of him? I don't think that's too much to ask for a dude we gave $1 billion freaking to. And
you're on watch too. If Belton passes you, buddy, we'll know. We're gonna be on that, okay?
And this is the thing too, is it's not only about the roster. It's also, I think, and like, okay, there's not gonna be any consequences because there haven't been any consequences for the repeated shortcomings of complacency. But for me, this is a Goody on trial moment of like, this needs to pan out. Because everybody thought it was a stupid move when you did it. And you bet the farm on Aaron Banks and then double down on him this offseason. So let's have Goody vindicated by have Aaron Banks come out and just play lights out this year. And then everybody can point and say, oh, yeah, it was really just the injuries last year, and that's why he sucked. And it actually, you know, had he been able to stay healthy, like this was a genius signing. Sure, I would love to live in that reality. Sign me up for that 100 times out of 100. Yeah. Like I will take the mean tweets. Everybody finding my old takes about Aaron Banks and dragging me for him. Please do it. And I'll play this clip right here and say, yep, I was hoping that this would happen. All right. I'd rather have the mean tweets than have to keep watching him suck on the football field.
True. Yeah. I mean, I think do you have others you feel really strongly about? Because like I'm gonna toss in Edgerrin Cooper here just because I think like though that's again if you want to build the ultimate optimism machine heading into 2026, watching Golden and Cooper in that Bears game, holy crap! Edgerrin Cooper was everywhere in that game before he got hurt. Everywhere he was doing everything, hand on the football, in the right gaps, always around the football. Like my God, was that outstanding. And so he is a little bit more of we put him in the enriched uranium, right? That's why we brought this up, I think, because JJ was asking about this earlier in our chat today about like, hey, should we draft players who we think like, you know, players who we think, you know, what is it, like highest ability to make or break the team, right? Like, and I think, again, Edgerrin Cooper, I know Drew's kind of like he has kind of already broken out. I think he has become, I think, because I think if you, PFF would say he had a better rookie season than second season. I would say he had a more volatile rookie season that PFF rewarded because some of the games were outrageous. I think he was a little even more consistent, just not as splashy and flashy in year two. And then adding on to the consistency in year two was what we got in that Chicago game. Like, I don't think PFF even liked that game that much. But again, PFF with linebackers is a little. I'm not.
That's a fair critique.
That is the trickiest position to look at, truly, because.
Oh, I think it's easily the hardest position to evaluate. Period. And
yeah,
like, NFL GMs stink at evaluating college linebackers.
Yeah, because they see testing numbers, size, and sometimes splash plays, and go, oh, they can replicate that splash play every time, and it's just not true. So I think like him building more consistency.
Like, I gave up on doing linebackers a few years ago. Like,
it's
if
hard,
you go back and look at my big boards from 25, 24, 23, like 22. You're not going to find my top linebackers on it ever.
Like, I think,
I just don't do it.
It's very tricky. And so with him, I think there was more consistency and less splashiness. It almost reminds me of last year, right? And maybe not quite, but last year, right in 24, McKinney had all of the splash plays, the interceptions, and it's like, oh my gosh, he's having an outstanding year. And last year was still really good. He just didn't have the picks. And he did drop some, to be fair. But he was still as good. And I think Cooper didn't have the splash plays because they weren't walking him up to the line of scrimmage a bunch, right? They weren't doing that as much. They weren't having him, blitz it as much as we saw as a rookie. Because obviously they have, they kind of have the ace now. At least did for most of the year, right, in Parsons. So I think he slowly but surely was developing into a guy who understood where his gap was, understood that integrity was important and how to play that and how to arrive at contact better. And just a lot of things that you maybe don't think about as much because he's not making the picks. He's not, TFLs and sacks because they're not blocking him and all that stuff. But I feel like we saw a more consistent player. And then in that Bears game, it just felt like he was in a mode of like, all right, man, the game slowed. And like that to me is probably the most exciting thing. And now, right, he's 24. He turned 24 during the season. I think the gears are turning up there a lot more. Not to say he's stupid. I just think like everything is, he sees everything really well now and it's slowing down for him. And that is huge. And so that may be why they feel comfortable letting a player like Walker leave, because they go, okay, we have this room. Maybe we like Hopper more than JJ does. We like McDuffie more than I do. And if we're going to add somebody else, but we feel comfortable because Edgerrin Cooper is going to anchor this room for a long time. And so I think it isn't that he hasn't had breakout performances and he hasn't become a good player. I think he has. But I think the best is yet to come, and that's kind of a scary thing.
We're going to ask a lot more of him this year.
We are going to ask a lot more of him, and I think
building off of
the one thing is going to be, again, the scheme change. If there's changes, if certain keys are different, terminology is probably going to be different, right? Can he adjust? I don't expect him to have a phenomenal early season if a lot changes. Okay, I don't, because I think it really sucks that he Hafley's scheme, he had gotten a hold of it and he wasn't gripping the steering wheel too tight. It felt, little 10-2, easy moves around traffic, like all of that stuff. Just it felt like it was coming together. So if he has a rough stretch early in the season, I'm not going to be too worried because I think schematically things will probably change for him. But I think if this team goes where it wants to go, a lot of it will be because Cooper anchors the second level in a big, big way.
Yeah, and just building off of what Drew's saying, I still think the defensive tackles played a huge role in worse overall.
They did not give,
play.
Yeah.
It certainly makes the linebacker's job a lot more difficult when you have to cover up for D-line mistakes. When you have to have them, backing up the D-line. And so and you made the point, Drew.
And that's another thing about the play of linebacker, right?
PFF went down. It's because he was asked to do a lot less in 24. He was asked to do almost nothing in 2024. It was more just like, go stand here and try and make a play, right? See ball, get ball.
It was either you're sprinting forward or you're sprinting backward, right? At the line of scrimmage. A lot of it. And so that's where you get those
which was
insane pass rush grades and some of those insane coverage grades because he picked off passes, right? Like that's
a year ago. Jake and I were having conversations on here where we were disagreeing about how sure we are that Edgerrin Cooper was going to be a hit for us. Because I was saying, I just need to see more responsibility on his plate and see how he handles that. And hey, 2025, he handled it great. I thought he really rose to the occasion. I thought he played a lot better in 2025 than he did in 2024. Yeah. So you didn't have the same frequency of havoc plays, per snap played, because he was playing a lot more snaps and he was being asked to do so much more. But I was way more excited about what I saw out of him in 2025. So again, 2026. Especially assuming Quay leaves, you're going to see that much more added to Edge's plate. And so that's going to be huge.
Yeah. Even one more thing, sacks obviously went down, right? I think Pro Football Reference has him for half a sack to 3.5, right? And the tackles for losses went down because, again, he wasn't up on the line of scrimmage all the time. And also, right, when D tackle play is not good, you're not going to get a lot of free runs for TFLs too. Mm-hmm. But I believe, So passes, defense, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. That if you group those three together, it was the same. At least according to Pro Football Reference. Now PFF has him for more passes, defense. So I don't know, which of those is true. If PFF has something that maybe we didn't see, or maybe this is this is just regular season. That's why. Yeah. Okay. He had the extra one in the playoffs. Okay. So he does have more. He does have more passes, defense, and if you group all those together. So yes, didn't have a pick, right? Didn't have, the sacks. But again, I think when you look at what he was asked to do, it was very different. And I think there was a level of consistency that you're really excited about.
So I have 2 more guys that I want to draft. Do you have any more guys you want to draft?
I think there are guys you could definitely mention for sure, but I think there was
first up, I'll just throw Nate Hobbs out there.
That's
and
fair.
say, with the cornerback room being as horrendous as it is, and how much resources we're gonna have to throw at this to get something productive. If we can kind of hit on Nate Hobbs and have him be something instead of nothing, because he was nothing in 2025. I mean, truly the number of good plays that he had for every snap we put him out on the field. Setting aside how much we paid him, if you assess how many
isn't
good
as
plays
egregious as the Banks contract, but yes, it is still
no, it's not.
Amount.
But
it's still a lot. He's getting what Jacobs is getting essentially, and we know how good Jacobs has been.
So the other name I want to throw out there, though, again, this is kind of an Aaron Banks pick, and this is Jacob Monk. So this is I think that Goody. I think Goody needs some redemption here, some vindication of I thought the pick was really stupid at the time, and he gave up a lot to move up twice to go get Jacob Monk, and to have the dude basically prove to us at this point he can't play guard in the NFL, just can't. And there's one spot left he might be able to play, and we saw him play in that Vikings game at the end of the year, and I'm gonna be honest, it's the first good game he's had, certainly since college. But even he didn't have a ton of great games in college, just being honest.
And we love that. The Minnesota
and there were things. All right, Jake, I went back and I watched your video.
Okay.
You made a video after we drafted Jacob Monk where you're talking about what he did.
I did. And
you were quick to highlight in that video that his biggest weaknesses could kind of be covered up if you moved him to center.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, either sifting through his grades or watching videos I can find of him in college. Jacob Monk as a college prospect still pisses me off today. The dude could not pass block to save his life. Was that not his name, Jacob Monk?
Yeah, no, Drew. I think maybe Drew was just surprised to hear him come up.
Oh, you guys just keep laughing every time I say Jacob Monk. But okay. He's a bust at this point. Can we get something out of him?
Well, yeah,
I'm
but
past the point of caring about MarShawn Lloyd. If MarShawn Lloyd ends up playing a game for us at some point in the future, hooray! I'm past the point. I didn't have a problem with the pick. I liked him as the pick. I thought it was fine, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy enough to string together consecutive practices where he doesn't re-injure himself. I'm sorry, sometimes you just whiff, and the dude's just cooked. I think he's cooked. Yeah. If he ends up playing for us at some point, great. Hopefully he still can play football by that point.
And a good example of sometimes injury history
APM says monkfish is good. It is.
Monk fruit?
Well, Jake? No, monkfish.
I know. I was adding.
Oh.
I was adding.
Maybe monkfish with a side of monk fruit.
Yeah. No, but I think his deal of injury history, that mattered. Penix, another good example in Atlanta, got hurt again in Atlanta. So some of the injury history stuff seems to, and I think that's why you're seeing some people freak out about Jordan Tyson a little bit, is that he's had decent injury history. But yeah, I think I don't, the plan at center is fascinating. And honestly, this was it's interesting. Finally, we're having another conversation. This is if you go back on my channel, the first one of the first several videos was like a 3-parter of like what are the Packers going to do at center, and it's interesting that's coming back up. Would have loved to see that never come back up again, but here we are. So it's going to be fun to go through all the options that they have. Obviously, Monk is one of them, and perhaps he is the one. We'll see. But yeah,
for the resources we threw at the guy and the players that we passed on, I would like to get something out of Jacob Monk. Like I am certainly not a sunk cost fallacy type of guy. Like I'm happy to cut bait and move on.
Yeah, which I think he's still definitely talked about with Lloyd. Yeah.
I'd like him to contribute while he's here. That'd be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Who was picked after him? I gotta go back down this rabbit hole now.
No, I took Hobbs before him.
What's up?
I took Hobbs before him.
No. I mean more of like guys that were picked after Monk in that draft. I'm now going down the rabbit hole.
You didn't draft Travis Glover. You're a big Travis Glover guy.
Don't put that evil on me. Green Bay took Oladapo 6 picks after. Nice. Very good. Very demure. Let me see here. Let me see. I feel like the guys that I'm liking here so far after this pick are running backs, which is fine.
Tyrone Tracy was 3 picks later.
Tracy and Vidal were like the first 2 that jumped out at me.
Mm-hmm.
Which it'd be nice to have Vidal on this team. I
forgot about Logan Lee.
Chris Brooks with some juice. Be nice to have that on the team right now. I know I remember drafting Christian Boyd a lot from Northern Iowa, the D tackle, a lot. Lauby, good times. Oh, Christian Mahogany, yeah. Christian Mahogany. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
And Christian Mahogany was one that, like, I remember saying a whole bunch of times on this podcast, like, is there a more hacker's name than Christian Mahogany? Like, the dude is just meant to be here.
Yeah, that's the one that probably hurts the most. I'm still looking, but I'm almost positive. Like, that's really the one that... Yeah, at least in terms of the draftees, I'll have to go back and see the undrafted free agent classes, but like that one stands out a lot. Yes, Drew BC. Mm-hmm.
Drew says Musgrave hope is gone too. So I'll throw Musgrave on here. Of like, we need a tight end to step up. We need a tight end to step up while. Yeah, sure. It'd be nice to have a rookie on the
Oscar
roster.
Delp, baby.
Like, can we have a freaking former 2nd round pick make some contributions while the rookie gets up to speed? That'd be nice.
No.
Imagine that.
No, I fear.
Look, the whole point of the draft is that we think Goody missed in a lot of areas, and so where are the areas where it would be nice for him to be vindicated the most?
Very sorry.
AFAM said this is going to be Musgrave's year. Hey, speak into existence, baby. I'm here for it. Let's do it. I mean, you heard me draft Tyron Hopper and Jacob Monk, and
we're not doing this.
Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs.
I think I might rather do the Monk thing than the Musgrave thing.
Hey, let's throw
Keisean
on the mix. It's time for Keisean to have a bounce back.
Well, that's true.
You know what? If Matt Orzek finally bounced back to the point where we no longer complain about him.
One here.
If Matt Orzek got to the point where we were no longer complaining about him,
do we got to bring?
He was a
Wiley back.
Yeah. Oh, I would bring Josh Wiley back. I would bring back
I feel like
Patrick back as well. I'd bring back
Fitzpatrick might not play next year is the deal.
Yeah, would he break
Achilles?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's back. If he plays.
I'd bring back Josh Wiley for sure. I mean,
I think you have to. Like right now under contract, they do have 5 guys under contract.
Hold on. We're not
2026, but
no. Nope. Jake, we're not starting that new topic. Okay. We don't have time for that. We got to get to our mock draft.
Okay. Well, okay.
I'm just saying. I know us. If we go down this rabbit trail, we're never pulling ourselves out of it.
Not fair.
I just know us.
That's true. I'm just working down through the roster one more time if there's anyone else. Like personally for me, Jamon Dumas Johnson, JDJ, Damian Martinez would be a nice one. But Oladapo probably.
I need them to re-sign JDJ. He's not under contract with us right now.
Isn't he an exclusive rights free agent after next year? He's not
I
under
think
contract
so,
for 26?
I think so. I'm just saying Martinez is under contract with us and JDJ isn't.
I thought JDJ. I see JDJ on here.
He's under contract with us already in 2026?
That's what I see.
No, I think he's a free agent. I think he's an ERFA for us.
I see him under it.
Oh, okay.
So the guys that I see under the same deal as like Martinez is McCord, your favorite.
Well, hold on. Wait. Martinez and McCord were signed to futures deals. JDJ was not. So JDJ is under contract. It's because he's still under contract from when they signed him as UDFA.
He's under contract for what I see.
Okay. Hey,
unless
I don't need to question it because you're speaking into reality what I want to be the case. So Iowa Joe says pretty sure they signed JDJ to a futures contract. You know what? Whether Dershel is correct or Joe is correct, either way, I'm good with it. We don't need to investigate. I will acknowledge.
We'll start the mock draft. I'm going to make sure.
No, I need your help with this because
because
we're doing Drew's mock drafts. We have to trade our 2028 first and our 2026 second to either move up in the draft or trade for a player.
We have to trade the 2020. Can we even trade a 2028 one? I don't think we can do it on this. No.
So if we
can't do that here.
20. You're right. We got to use a different simulator.
We can trade 52 though. I have some ideas.
So okay, which one should we use? We could do mock draft database, or we could do the PFN one.
Does PFN let you trade 2028 picks?
I'm examining now. I was hoping you would just know off the top of your head because that's your kind of thing.
No, I should know.
So I'm starting it right now.
Okay.
Enter solo draft. Propose a trade. Whatever with Tennessee. Okay. Nope, we can only do 2027. Drew, you got to help us out here. Which mock? Okay. Ooh. Mock draft database doesn't let us trade a 28.
I was going to say, I know that one doesn't.
Oh, boy.
Hold on. I got one more.
I have a wild idea, Jake, for how to fix this. Can I suggest something?
I'm going to check one more simulator that I know.
Okay, you check that because I ruled out mock draft database and PFN. And then I'm going to suggest a solution. I have a solution to get us a first. All right, Dershel and Iowa Joe both investigated and said he's under contract for 2026. Well. Yeah, Drew's saying maybe just trade all of next year's draft picks to get a similar value. So I actually had a different idea. Since Jake is just taking forever, here's what we're going to do. We're going to just trade Jordan Love for a 2027 first rounder, and we'll just pretend that that's a 2028 first rounder. Well, if you hadn't been looking at the thing, you would know.
Just force? No. You can just force a trade.
What?
Don't trade him. Don't trade him. Pick it. Please pick a different player.
Brandon McManus.
I was just gonna say put Gary on there or Elgton on there or something.
All right.
Someone we know we're not gonna. Someone we believe we're not gonna have on the team.
Elton's not gonna be here. We know
for
that.
a first round pick that we aren't counting as a first round pick that's gonna trade, just so we have one so we can move one for fun.
Wow, it's so annoying that the You guys can't see my drop down menu. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Don't have a pick. Wait, where's the Rams? I want to go with somebody that we feel confident is gonna have like a late-ish round pick in 2028. Or rather 27. Okay, forced us trade. So we're doing this so it's a 2027 first rounder. We all on board with this? So it's actually a 2028 first rounder. Okay, we're working around the limitations of the mock draft machine. Forced trade. Okay, and then if I share this mock draft, I'm gonna have to Photoshop that out so people see how we got that.
Yeah, just crop it with the picks. They don't need to see that.
I will. People will be like, "How'd you do that?" Well, I just traded.
How'd you get a 2027 first?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Durso says Luke Musgrave could fetch a shiny 7th. Yeah, but what could Luke Butkus get? What if we packaged Luke Musgrave, Luke Butkus, and Luke Getsy? Could we get a 6th round pick for them?
Okay, so what are we? Are we using this one to move up in the draft?
So it's either to move up in the draft or to trade for a player. So here's my stipulation, though. If we're trading away our 2028 first rounder, we're doing so for a guy who's young and under a manageable contract. I'm just saying, like, otherwise, it's like we're not going 3 years without a first round pick unless we're doing that.
I have a couple thoughts.
Tell me.
Okay.
What are they?
So,
What are they?
Tavondre Sweat could be one. Tennessee defensive tackle. Walter Nolan would be great. Love that. That's what I have at DT. I don't know if offensive line is something we'd want to look at, but like that one's probably even trickier to trade for.
So I think positionally it would have to be either DT corner
Quignon,
or like maybe.
Man.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be one of those two.
I just like corner. Who are you gonna get? Like truly, that's on like a manageable contract. Like, well, the Philly guys, like, obviously the Philly guys are on manageable contract, right? Like Christian Gonzalez on a manageable contract, but like, come on, man.
You know, it'd be so. If we got Cooper DeJean for a 2028 first, like,
I just simply know.
Wouldn't that make you just smash something?
Kind of, because then Bullard's like, where he going? He playing corner?
Bullard. No, he's a. Forget Bullard.
I would be interested in moving up in the draft. I think that'd be fun. Because I think we can, if we're going to do a second one where we trade for a player, yeah, like you're just not going to be pleased here. Yeah, like what are we doing? William Johnson from Arizona.
That would actually be a really interesting one.
See, move up to get Lee Hunter's interesting, but we also can get him. He does sometimes follow your PFF simulator. And then I just look at it and kind of giggle because it's just like, no, this is not going to happen.
So
it makes me giggle.
Where the heck did my mock draft go? Here it is. The settings. I want to change the speed. Here's the speed. Okay. So I think if we're just going to move up in the draft, I think what we have to do is kind of ID, like, who would we want to move up for, and then let it go slow and see where the board
starts. Like a future one would be moving up into like the 20s,
or
early or right at the top of round 2. So yeah, I think we kind of,
because it's not even a 2027 first in reality.
It's even further. Yeah. So
let's.
Like, I'm trying to think of like players I like.
Well, I am too, because I haven't really been looking like with the Packers in mind. I haven't looked at the first round with the Packers in mind.
So the first round, as I'm thinking about this now, like again, Reese would be kind of sick.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, I have one.
I've got it. I've got it.
I've got one.
There are people, and I don't agree with them, but there are people who think Caleb Downs will fall. If he fell to like 15, Green Bay would, in real life, be working the phones to try and get up there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a fair one out. The D tackles, like, again, moving up for Lee Hunter's fine. I don't know if I'm moving up that. Like this, to me, personally, like, this D tackle class, how much further we go?
Just trying to stop it at 15.
Okay. Is he still, he's not still there, right? That's not real.
Who?
Right, he went.
Oh.
Downs went, right?
Yeah, Downs was like top 3.
Okay, he went 3.
Number 3.
So here's my thing about this. Just because I'm like thinking about like what Green Bay, like thinking about the needs, like this D tackle class, in my opinion, okay? Peter Woods, good, not great. I think the Nolan, Harmon, Graham trio ahead of him, personally. Lee Hunter, good. Not somebody I'd be giving up 2028 like capital to go get that high. I think a lot of this class boils down to, are you good run defender or are you good pass rusher? Okay? Like the good pass rushers in this class, Halton, good pass rusher in the class, for sure. Like in terms of the metrics, right? Pass rush win rate, pressure percentage, all that stuff. Good there. Then you have your like McDonald's, right, from Ohio State. Really good 2-down player. He's younger than Hunter, so maybe you believe there's some ascension there, but still run defender right now, right? Okay. Caleb Banks is a massive dart throw at somebody without a lot of production to do so. Yikes. That scares me already. Christian Miller, again, probably more well-rounded than the rest of them. I'm not tripping over myself to go get him. So, like, that's the thing. Now, if Mansour Delane fell to 15, which he didn't here, he went 13th to the Rams. Now you have piqued my interest for sure, because he and like McCoy and some of these top flight corners, sure, but now they're both gone. I don't think I'm moving up for a guy like Avion Terrell, even though I really like him from Clemson. I actually really like him. I think he's got maybe some inside-outside versatility just because he plays with the hair on fire, a la Miller Lite, Devin Witherspoon type of thing with him, and that's exciting. But again, am I giving up a lot of capital for that? No. So now, JJ, I bring you to my proposal here if we're going to do this.
Is it Ioana?
No. I would not do that for a guard. I think the move here is to go get Lomu or Freeling or Proctor or one of the offensive tackles if you're going to go make this move, and Downs and the corners are not there to me. And now Banks is gone too, which again, some people maybe would like that upside throw. That's fine. I personally wouldn't. So that's where you have me right now. So if we want to move up to this point, I think you're going to get one of the tackles that are there. Truly.
Well, I mean, like Mesidor is still an option.
Mesidor is still an option for sure. CJ Allen, I would move up into the late 20s.
I'm not actually proposing moving to 16 with the Jets. Okay. I just wanted to pause and kind of think how many guys are worth moving up for.
I mean, in this, if you moved up into the top 15, I think it's one of the corners, preferably
I'm not moving
Delane.
To top 15.
I know.
I'm trying to move to like 20.
Yeah. I'm saying if you did that, right? Because you mentioned it, Green Bay would be on the phone if Downs continued to win. Like Downs, Reese, Styles, right? The non-positionally valuable players there. Fano, maybe Mauanoa, right, at tackle.
Yeah.
Right, that type of thing. If David Bailey or Bain started to tumble, right, like because Bain's arm length is weird, whatever, like then you start to pique the interest, right? But now it's going to be like, all right, is Lomu going to go? He'll probably go to Pittsburgh, or one of these next four will probably get him. There goes Proctor.
Proctor's gone at this point to 21.
I don't think this won't be tackle, but that's with Cade McDonald.
So, like, if we were to try and trade up to, like, Cleveland, Cleveland is always willing to move.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would it take? Would they... So they're not willing to move back to 52.
No.
See? Oh, I didn't.
There we go. Okay,
I just realized I had forgotten to pick the thing.
That
would
be accepted, which makes sense. So if we move to their pick.
Now, we got to remember it's not really a 27 first. It's 28
it's 28 first, yeah.
I think you'd have to do your 1 and your 2 to move up to 23.
Or 27 2. 2 2s and a 1 is what you're saying?
No.
Or just both of these. Yeah.
And the 28
you would definitely
one,
have to
I think
do
is what
this,
it would.
Yes.
It would definitely take at least that much.
You would definitely have to do that at the very least. Which, if it's to get one of these tackles, like that I would consider doing.
Yeah. So Lomu's still available.
Freeling is too, I believe.
Mesidor. Yeah. Freeling's still available.
CJ Allen, which again,
McNeil Warren is available.
He is good player.
R. Mason Thomas is available.
Yes.
I don't know. You need to get this high to grab him, but he's
very productive though.
I'd probably rather have Mesidor than Thomas, but
Thomas, yeah. Is Thomas?
I mean, Ty Simpson.
Well,
actually, you know who's still here? I think Kenyon Sadiq is still here, isn't he?
Yeah. True.
That's an interesting one. Cassius Howell, did he go?
Yes.
Yeah, he went.
What
about Falk? Did Falk go?
Yes. Now
it is Vikings.
Goody just sat up in the chair a little bit that you mentioned that name. Guaranteed. R. Mason Thomas, do we have age? No. At least PFF does not.
I don't know how old he is.
I'm gonna look, see if there's anything. Oh yeah, okay. He was 21 in August. Interesting.
Per Google AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wikipedia says he was born in 2004.
Chad, what do you guys want? What would you rather go edge or tackle if you got to this spot? Or you could take CJ Allen too if you want to. That's fine.
Edge tackler corner.
I think it has to be one of those, unless you wanted a QB. But like, obviously, I don't.
If you're going corner,
we're not doing that.
Like Cease, who else? Like Hood, Cease and Hood, and
Cease, Hood, and like.
I mean,
Terrell,
Chris Johnson. I don't think Chris Johnson is going the first.
Terrell, right? Still there, but again, he's like 180 some pounds.
Yeah, and he played at freaking Clemson. I mean, he's not like. Are we thinking he's the other Terrell as well?
No, he's probably more in the McDuffie like build and roll type of thing than a true boundary player. So that's why I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let's move up that far to do this. And even Colton Hood's 5'11".
If you're going to try and hit as a skill player from Clemson, having your name be Terrell is
probably the way to go. Yeah, that's true. Because again, interior defensive line,
need an edge.
It's super fun.
Edges could be so sick.
It's super fun to draft a Lee Hunter, but like also
Van Ness and Enigbare as your three guys. Like you could do a lot worse than that.
Yeah,
but I'm always willing to take edge. Always.
Yeah,
I like Mason Thomas.
Honestly, I think if we make this move, it's Lomu or R. Mason Thomas. I think you take one of those two.
Well, then why don't we wait till one of those two guys goes?
Okay.
And then trade up.
I can
pretty
much guarantee Lomu's going 24 here if the Browns didn't take
Terrell went to the Eagles. The Browns took Lee Hunter. There you go.
Chicago's not going to. Oh, Fano? Wait. Whoa. I did not realize Fano wasn't taken yet.
Well, you
Dang
missed
it.
out.
Well, CJ Allen's gone too now.
Yep, he went to the Bills. All right, Niners on the clock.
This will be R. Mason, probably.
Sadiq.
No, Sadiq. Okay. This will be Lomu. Oh, my gosh.
Casey went to Houston.
One of them.
Rams took Ty
What the heck is going on?
Mesidor went to Denver. Look, we don't have to trade up at all. McNeil Warren went to the Pats. Keith Abney went to Seahawks.
Jets. Let the Jets take it. Oh, no. Okay. All right, now we got to, yeah.
So Ceesay's off the board. So both of those two guys
went to the
available.
Bears.
Arizona's on the clock.
We got to make a move now because it's gonna. Yep, there
Lomu's gone. Okay, so now we're gonna trade up
yeah.
with Tennessee.
It wasn't gonna.
So here's the question:
Titan. That's
what's it gonna take? This is saying we can give up our second and our third, which leaves us with that 2028 first.
That's true. You're right. I would. I think that's fair.
What about this though?
I think the Utah guys I would move up for. Yeah,
second and third here. Let us trade up to go get our Mason Thomas.
Yep.
That leaves us our 2028 first still in play. So we should trade that for a player. We'll do an AJ Brown type trade right now. Yeah?
Yeah. Wait, actually? AJ Brown?
No. Not him.
Yo, AJ Brown, Watson, and Golden? Holy smokes. Oh, I know who it's for. I know who it's for. Yeah.
White Lightning.
Would they dare trade him to us though? Us of all teams? I doubt it. But I would offer. Oh, my guy. My guy.
Why would the Giants?
No. Not Malik. Last year's my guy.
Colston.
Yeah.
Colston.
Yeah. You know I'd do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be. Can you go up? Did the Giants take a receiver?
Did the Giants take a receiver?
Let's see. Did they take one at 5? Please tell me.
I'm trying to get to scroll. It's not want to scroll for me.
Yeah, I know the scrolling sometimes. Please. Dang.
They took David Bailey. So look what I got cooked up right here. Dang. I got pick 35 and Tavondre Sweat.
Can you take 84 off
first?
Can you take 84 off?
Oh yeah. All right. And then you know what? They need to do us a solid here. They need to do us a solid.
Oh, don't do it.
We're gonna do this.
No.
They have to take Kyle McCord.
What?
Here, we're gonna ship off Brendan McManus.
I thought you were gonna ship off like Hobbs or something.
No. What would it take for them to take Aaron Banks' contract? What?
Apparently they would just take it. I mean, their O-line was terrible last year. I think they take more bodies. Do it.
Wait, what if I just took the 2020 first out of here?
No. That's got.
But look at that.
But the point of using the point is we wanted to use the one, right?
So we can use the one on somebody else. Look, they're giving us Sweat and taking Banks off our hands.
Okay.
Come on, we can still use the one.
Okay.
So we'll do our trade.
Okay. So Banks, Sweat,
free up the contract.
Okay.
Shaboom.
So now we
have to take a guard. Have to take a guard.
Here?
Not right here. Here we're taking R. Mason Thomas because we traded up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But can we do another trade just while we're on the clock here? Can we just trade our 2028 first rounder?
Yeah, Malik.
For Christian Gonzalez, you know? No, who are we trading for, though? Who are we trading for?
Malik.
But they're not going to give us Malik. That would take.
How do you know?
At least
Did you try it?
Fine, we'll try.
Did you try it? The
Why
Giants
is
are
Malik?
picking.
Oh,
huh?
This is the Patriots.
Yeah. Well, you were focused on
for some reason. I thought I already had
fair. Which is very fair. I would love to trade for Gonzalez.
I hate that it's not in alphabetical order. It's so irritating.
No,
I understand why because they're doing it in draft order. Where in the world are the Giants? There's the Giants. Malik Neighbors for a first round pick. They're willing to do it.
You can have Reed. We'll give you Reed. He's not gonna play. You may have him to be your new Wan'Dale Robinson. Yes.
All right, we doing this?
Yes. We're absolutely doing that. Guys, we could honestly probably could have solved world hunger with that. But instead, we took Malik Neighbors for that one.
All right, so we're not going to be on the clock again for
Turbo
a while.
that boy.
We could now.
What?
Hold on a second, because we need a guard.
Bro?
I'm just thinking out loud here. We need a guard badly. All right,
well,
here's guard options right now. May I remind you, our guard options are Anthony Belton,
He's playing there.
Travis Glover.
Belton's playing guard. He has to. There's no question about it now.
Is Travis Glover our bona fide left guard in this situation?
No, we got Tevin Jenkins.
I forgot that we did that. Let's make sure that happens.
Oh, well, I guess he might not be on a team right though. Now? He's not on a team, right? Because we were able to sign him in that thing last week, right? So he won't be on a team.
Yeah, he's not under contract right now.
Yeah.
We
can get the guards. We're going to do this, I believe.
What if we traded Nate Hobbs for a guard? Like, what if we traded Nate Hobbs for Aaron Banks? Imagine this team with Aaron Banks on it.
What?
All right, we're going to turbo this. Blow through some picks. We are finally on the clock again. At pick 120.
Love to see it.
Grayson Halton went one pick before this. That makes me sick to my stomach.
That's okay. We've got Wyatt and Sweat.
I know, but we could have moved up a couple picks and gotten either Tim Keenan or Grayson Halton by giving up like a 7th.
But we would have had to have the thing wait for us. That thing would have been moving at the no.
So Skylar Gill-Howard.
He's one of the guys who's the pass rusher, right? And that's nice and that's fun. But he's a small. That dude is a small.
Yeah, you know who's not small? Our new buddy, Tavondre Sweat. Not small at all.
Yeah. Dude, we got all... I just realized we have like the all ACL team returning for this team. 2026. Everybody's health is going to be really good, I promise. What, did you check into your O-line? What was there?
No, I was just about to, and I noticed we had some trades waiting for us.
Billy Schrouth. Yes.
I'm probably good with that.
Yes.
I'm probably good with that.
Yes. Funny at how we were passing on Malik Muhammad at 120 when he was projecting the first. That's fair. But we needed a guard bad. Okay. We needed a guard real bad. All right, so we
need corners bad too. Like right now, it's
Julian Neal went 143rd just
last year.
Julian Neal went 143rd. Okay. Bo Stevens, another guard, not bad.
Armaj Reed Adams is still here. Pat Coogan's still here. Let's check out corner. I mean, you know, we know the late round.
Marshall.
Devin Marshall's available. We're taking him right here.
Easy.
We like the Devons, don't we?
At corner, yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, let's just draft both of them, honestly.
We can definitely do that, I think. Devin? Unless they moved him up. They might have.
Devin Moore from Florida? Yeah. Oh, dude, he's going way earlier than these mock draft simulators.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He just missed out on Cage Casey and Oscar Delp. I'm sick to my stomach.
It's tough. But that's okay.
I know the chat's going to want us to take Logan Jones here.
We shall live.
Drew says, I actually like how this turned out. Well, good. You
Was it any draft where you land Malik Neighbors and it is a good one?
Remind me, do you like Parker Brailsford?
I think, again, he is mega undersized, but the amount of stuff you can do with him pulling and zone stuff, it's going to be outrageous. He's got Jason Kelsey movement skills essentially. But again, you have to hide him in pass pro with that size. You're going to have to hide him. If we draft him, JJ, our new defensive tackle will run him over.
Are you telling me
every chance
we already have Parker Brailsford on the roster right now? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying if we
played at Duke.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Okay.
So we've addressed edge, guard, wide receiver, DT, corner.
I like how you said we addressed receiver. That was a major problem. And it was really good.
It's not important, especially with Romeo probably
solid.
being gone.
Betcher's solid. Is Keisean Elliott here?
I'm not seeing him.
That looks like a no. Ooh, you know who is here though? Justin Jefferson, and also Caleb Elarms Orr is also.
Oh, that's not a guy I've watched at all. I don't think I watched any TCU this year at all.
Yeah,
I kind of like Jayden Duggar a little bit though. But you know me, I'm such a big Louisiana guy. I really am.
That's true. What's that tight
end? Like Betcher's maybe an option.
Dylan Bentley's interesting. Definitely. Obviously, Nowakowski can play your H-back.
Carson Ryan.
If Arkin tests well, he's probably gonna get drafted like oh man. Who's oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Tip Ryman. Oh. He's probably going to do the Tip Ryman thing where he gets picked way earlier than you think because he was a good athlete. If he tests well, like that's probably going to happen because he's that good of a blocker.
Joe, Andre Fuller is gone.
He's either gone or he's not in this simulator. there still is that possibility.
Either way, he's not here. So Betcher's kind of our leading
Logan
candidate
Jones
right
time?
now.
Is that Logan
Let's just take another peek at corner.
I think unless they
TJ
moved.
Hall. Mm-hmm. Man, corner's a little more picked over at this point than it usually is.
Yeah, I would pick Devontae Smith if he didn't play slot only.
Oops. It's not that we really need to keep.
I mean, Eric O'Neal would be fun to do that.
That could be a lot of fun.
Could be a good time.
Yeah.
Could be a good time.
Would you rather have O'Neal or Betcher?
Betcher, probably considering what we need to have. Oh, no. I would pick Logan Jones here, I think. I'd probably pick Logan Jones here.
I'm good with it. Let's do Logan Jones.
I think we're going to have to address that.
Especially with how nervous we're getting about the offensive line with not having any guards.
So 3 picks left. I think one of them has to be a linebacker for sure. One of them.
Betcher just went.
That's okay. We got Caleb Elarms.
TJ Hall just went. Fenno just went.
We got Elarms Orr to draft.
So could thinking.
Could draft Falili Famoe to kick inside.
I wondered if you were going to go there.
To kick inside to guard as well.
Let me see. Did we miss out? O'Neal's still here.
I mean, so okay. I love the idea. The edge room is then, right? If we bring back Brenton Cox, which I think probably will happen, right? Will be Parsons, LVN, R. Mason Thomas, Brenton Cox, Colin Oliver, Barryn Sorrell.
Did you say Kingsley?
No, because I don't think I think he's going to price himself out. I think, unless of course they move Oliver to linebacker.
Which, I mean, we've advocated for moving him to Sam.
Which is not right. Yeah.
AKA super athletic man.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go Keelan Black here or
yeah,
O'Reilly.
So, okay. I'd be fine if you did that.
Of the corners that I've watched, because some of these guys I haven't watched, we're kind of getting to the point where like Ricardo Holman's look like the only other corner I'd be interested in.
Maybe Colin Wright would be the other for me.
This is not my kind of corner.
Hey, at least he tackles though.
A little bigger. Yeah, I mean tackling is underrated.
It's nice to do that. I think Famoe, Nowakowski, or Keelan Black. I think those are your 3.
I do still kind of want to add a DT. Landon Robinson kind of intrigues me a lot.
I mean, that's the perfect, and may I say perfect foil to Tavondre Sweat.
Why don't we?
About as good as it gets. I think Elarms Orr should be one of the picks. Elarms Orr should be one of the picks for linebacker too, though.
Okay, so what order do you want to do this in then?
Well, how far is Elarms Orr? I mean, Elarms Orr's not getting picked, so he can be last if we need him to be last.
Okay, so we want to.
So either you want a DT if you want to go Landon Robinson, that's fine. Then I think that leaves Famoe, right? Nowakowski and Keelan Black.
I kind of want to take.
How do we feel about Damian Martinez being on this roster right now?
Doesn't move me. Like I'm happy he's here, but it's not going to impact my drafting here. The fact that
I have no problem with
the 7th round cracks me up.
Yeah,
we're in February.
That's not going to happen. That is just simply not going to happen.
Do you think he makes it to day 3? I'm not sure he makes it to
that would put him. Let me think about that. Would put him. I mean, Simpson's going to go probably between 25 and he won't get out of the 3rd. So him, Nussmeier will probably go day 2. Klubnik might, but I don't think that's a guarantee. If Taylor Green runs like he might run, then that whole Toolsy play is interesting. He might go there. Cole Payton's going to be. I think Cole Payton probably doesn't get to day 3.
All right, I'm going to make you a bet right here.
Okay,
it's February 17th. I think Cole Payton. I think that no more than 2 quarterbacks are taken ahead of Cole Payton.
No more than
Fernando.
2?
I think it's Fernando, and then maybe Ty Simpson, but I'm not even sure.
Simpson
about
or Nussmeier. Yeah,
he'll go ahead and Nussmeier.
One of them.
I think.
One of the 2.
I'm just not sure whether Simpson or Payton goes first.
I mean, yeah, Payton's not 238 being available in the 7th is hysterical.
And consider the source.
It's almost
consider the
2.
source. Remember how much I don't like and care about North Dakota State.
This it's almost too comical to be able to pick him. Like, I feel like we can't pick him simply because it's hilarious that this is even a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't want to pick him anymore in these things, because it's just not. There's no way.
I think there's like a 10% chance right now that he goes in the 1st round. Like number 31 or 32.
Wow. Trouble in paradise either way. All right. They don't like Darnold. They like him. They don't love him. All right.
No, that's not a team. It's
I know.
Trade out.
I know.
And probably will. So I'm going. I think for me,
would it be our friends down south, JJ? Do you think it's our friends down south?
Or Keelan Black?
Do you think it's our friends down south?
The Saints?
South Beach?
Oh, yeah.
You think they move up from 43? You think they move from 43?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they don't get Malik. If they don't get Malik?
Maybe. I mean, we don't. Oh, man,
from one lefty to another. From one. You love to see it.
I still don't know about the whole Malik thing. But, all right. Fayemoe or Keelan Black here. I'm leaning Keelan.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
So we'll take Keelan. We already know who our other 2 picks are. We just got to decide.
As long as they're there. Yeah. Move up for Jordan Tyson. All right. We got a better player than Tyson, though.
I will admit to having been tempted by that when we were talking about moving up.
I mean, that's the positions you move up for, right? Like, yeah, it'll be.
So we're taking Landon here.
And then it should be.
And then we'll finish up with what's the guy's name in linebacker?
Caleb Elarms.
Elarms or.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. This is our mock draft.
Okay.
Drew says, so in the end, do you guys think a trade up like this scenario would ever be in the cards, or is it total fantasy land? To me, there was like 3 different things that all made it Fantasyland. One is the idea that the Packers would be wanting to go 3 years in a row without a first-round pick, and like trading their 2028 first-round picks so far in the future. And like, yeah, they got Malik Neighbors, but I'll be honest, I kind of think like both teams say no to that trade. Like Malik Neighbors for a 2028 first, I kind of think both teams say no to that.
This is my favorite mock draft we've ever done.
Is it mostly because of trading away Aaron Banks?
Yes. Yes.
So I think what we got to do here, I'm going to take this image. I'm going to crop out
the amount of Packers wearing single-digit numbers that move me. Oh, gosh, dude. You just...
I'm going to crop out the
what an era. You got to be there.
And change this 2027 to 2028. And then we'll share those with people.
Yeah.
I like seeing R. Mason Thomas on here, by the way. I really do.
R. Mason Thomas, Billy Schrouth, pass protecting guard, baby, all day. Marshall joining is nice. I like this. Elam's Or, by the way, never going to be able to be picked at 257, I fear. But we take those. New guy to the board. You love to see that. And Schrouth, new guy to the board that we have not taken yet. So, have we taken Landon Robinson? We had to have done it at least once.
No, we haven't.
We haven't
done him yet.
Wow, that's good. I like that. So, yeah, I think this is really interesting. So, the starting offensive line: Morgan, Schrouth, Jones, a free agent, or Monk, Belton, Tom. Okay.
I mean, to have to go and
or Ryan, right? I mean, it could be Ryan, but
to have to go and replace one offensive lineman somewhere else in the offseason, like, that's doable, man. That's not a bad spot to be.
Coming out in nickel personnel. If the team we play week 1 likes a lot of receivers on the field.
I don't remember who we played week 1. Who is it?
We don't know yet. We got a little under 3 months to figure out. But whoever comes out week 1, could be Chicago.
It sounded like you were saying
that
you were saying that it was a matchup because of who we were playing that week.
So week 1, let's say Chicago. Green Bay comes out.
Probably is Chicago.
Micah might not be ready, so let's pump the brakes there. But it's LVN, Devontae Wyatt, Tavondre Sweat, and R. Mason Thomas. Okay. Parsons waiting in the wings. Elarms Or and Edge Cooper. Okay. And then, probably Marshall not right away, but you have probably Nixon and Hobbs or something like that, or Valentine, whatever. Bullard. And then Evan Williams and Xavier McKinney. I like it.
Now, we didn't end up with McNeil Warren on the roster, though, so I don't know if I can.
We did not.
I don't know if I can sleep tonight.
So here's the thing. I will say, I think having now started looking back at Evan Williams this past year in depth, he might be one of the better players filling from depth on this planet at safety. By the way,
I'm not saying we need to go get him.
He was that good at it.
That dude on the to fill a void. I'm just saying.
Oh no!
I just really love him as a player.
We don't need Malik Neighbors, but we did it anyway. So no, I get
exactly.
You.
Exactly. You don't. I'm not really usually a hey. Let's move from a position of just filling roster holes. Yeah. I'm more about let's just acquire talent.
No, I agree. Be a really fun defense.
That is such a not convincing 8 right there.
Oh, it looks good.
Can I make it bold? That'll help. Ooh, doesn't help enough. So why can you just not cover it up, my thing? 8 that fits this. Drew says that defense would be so sick. I think that this is the type of draft that you exit really changing how you view the roster overall and their ability to compete this year. No? Sam, I think this mock draft that we did really changes how you view.
If someone asks, okay, on Twitter,
yeah,
why have they traded Neighbors? Easy answer here, okay? One,
we forced it.
No. Number one, you lie. You say they took Carnell Tate at 5. Okay? Because he's healthier than Neighbors. And they're worried about it. Yeah. Easy. Done. And Reed is their new cheap version of Wandale in the slot and maybe move outside. And now they have Reed and Carnell Tate. Sounds fine to me.
And in reality, I think both teams say no to this. I think the Packers are not willing to give up Reed and a first, let alone even just a first.
I'm going to say something. Okay. Don't worry about this. I would rather do this trade than be able to take Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, because you love Malik Neighbors.
And
we better not be in position to draft Jeremiah Smith.
Well, we can't be. We simply cannot be, unfortunately. That will be Dallas's selection. Or no, it won't. No,
I think we owe it to Dallas.
It's the Jets now, right? Yeah. Be the Jets.
Okay.
Right? Or did they give up their own?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, this last question.
I don't care enough about what happened to our pick after we.
I've seen some things out there. Okay. These past couple weeks about the game of Malik Neighbors that I just simply cannot stand for. He was called a yak guy in a clip from a big time website YouTube channel. Just an outrageous take. And then I'm gonna call another guy. I'll call him out right now. DJ had the Giants take Carnell Tate at 5, saying Carnell Tate gives them a vertical element at receiver. Buddy, they've already got him. Don't be saying that like Malik Neighbors isn't a vertical threat, buddy. So I'm not standing for this crap. I don't care who says it. I will call out everybody. The takes I've seen, absolute nonsense. All right? It has never been more clear who the best receiver is in that class. People are trying to throw in the Thomas over him after year 1. Yeah? Not anymore, buddy. I don't think so. Okay? It's him. All right? So, yeah, man. You telling me I get to watch Golden wear 0, Neighbors wear 8, and Watson wear 9 at receiver? Are you kidding me? 3 with single digits? Whew, baby.
Let's not pretend that you wouldn't have given up anything just literally only to have Neighbors on the team. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. Guys, I would have given up to move up that far with the Giants pick in 24. Unspeakable things to go get him. So it's because we didn't take Wheatgen. That's why, isn't it?
Because we didn't take what?
We didn't take Wheatgen. Caden Wheatgen.
Oh, Wheatgen, yeah.
We didn't take him. That's why.
That's why.
That's why.
It's good.
But we took Logan Jones, but that's not enough.
Show me the lie.
It's not enough. Neighbors can do everything. Neighbors can leave Golden in the slot, which people seem to like. So, bam. That would be goody middle finger to everybody saying, yeah, you think I don't invest in receiver early? Okay. The lowest drafted player of those 3 as starters went 34th.
Well,
we love to see it.
I want to thank everybody for helping us indulge Jake here and participate in our monthly Malik Neighbors Festival, which we do right here. I want to thank you guys for joining us.
Is that hot in here?
Whew, and in the words of the late, great Happy legend,
my
Malik
king.
Neighbors, thank you for doing this mock draft with us. Celebrate that Rich Bisaccia is dead.
He's in a better place, JJ. He's in a better place. No, he's in a better place.
I wasn't meaning to say dead. That was actually
my gosh. Oh man.
Oh boy. No.
That's a good clip.
You know how sick I'd feel if actually something bad happened to Rich.
That's a clip. In the words of the great Romeo Doubs, he's in a better place now.
He's in a better place of Aruba. Or
maybe enjoying time with the fam. That sounds nice. That I'm sure that will be nice.
I mean, he needs to hang out. He needs to hang out with his great grandkids. A-fam, you're so funny.
Oh, A-fam.
Thank you also to Drew for the dono. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yes. That was a fun scenario to go through.
So we're gonna, I think probably still next week. You can expect us to be back here, same bat time, same bat place, Tuesday night. We'll check us out here on Twitter. I'm gonna be putting the stuff on Twitter about what we're gonna do. So if it changes, that's the place to find it. I'll make sure you see it. So thank y'all for being here. Appreciate you. Go Pack.